80s wrestling family. You didn't think that you were going to have a virtual signing without the vivacious, vicious Vicky. How could that be possible? Your daily dose of vitamin D is here. As you all know, we have been having an absolutely epic virtual mania. Haku, Skinner, the Orient Express, fresh off of Nikos Ricos doing his virtual signing. Very good job, my friend. And I have to say, you have one more, Ryan.
Yes.
We are going to do the grand finale here with Jake the Snake Roberts.
Well, I'm glad you have the high energy,
Woo!
especially after Haku and Skinner earlier today.
I will tell you guys, I love comedy, as you know. I put him over constantly. I think everything you do is funny.
So nice of you.
But those two were absolutely amazing, guys. If you haven't watched it yet, check it out. I promise you, you're going to be laughing from the beginning to the end. My stomach still hurts from laughing so much.
And we had a great time, and Mr. Roberts is quite the humorous man himself, as we saw off camera earlier.
You did.
And I can't wait for him to be a part at 2 o'clock. But just a quick shout out to all the fans who have been supporting 80s Wrestling Con, not just Monday Night Virtual Mania, and I want to get this out there now before we bring Jake the Snake on.
Go for it.
These next 3 hours are going to be the busiest 3 hours that 80s Wrestling Con has had yet.
Yes.
So please bear with us. We love the comments in the chat. We love the questions, but we don't know what we're going to be able to get to because Jake Roberts is going to be signing like crazy. I hope he's been working out his wrists.
And he's doing that behind the camera right now, guys. He is ready.
Yeah, well, the hand puppet version. We got to be careful. We are living in the cancel culture era. It's not literally doing it. But yeah,
if you're offended, whatever.
Exactly. This is going to be a jam-packed 3 hours. I'm excited to actually get to work with Jake the Snake Roberts. I met him probably about 12 years ago at the Iron Sheik roast, which wound up being a wild night. Jake has gone through an incredible transformation since then.
Yep.
His life has just been such an inspiration, and this is going to be an exciting 3 hours, and I can't wait to, reminisce with all the fans.
Absolutely. Now, can I ask you a question?
Go for
kind
it.
of off topic, but, just curious. I would absolutely love for you to roast me one day.
To roast you one day?
Yes.
I don't want to hurt feelings, though.
No,
we have a
no,
nice working relationship.
It depends who it is.
Okay.
But I do enjoy.
We're on that level now?
I think so.
All right.
I really do. I believe so.
If you say we're on that level, we're on that level, because you only roast the ones you love. But there's nothing, what this is for me, forget about me being a stand-up comic, forget about the fact that I used to be a manager on the indies and wrestling. What I love the most about doing these virtual signings, and I think I've had this conversation with you, I know I've had it with Tommy Fierro, is that this is a great time for pro wrestling in general, because with shows like Young Rock, with the documentaries on the WWE Network, and with these virtual signings, we're getting to see a human side to these guys that people have never seen before.
Yep.
And I think that's really great because especially over the years, all the negative attention, some deserved, some not, that the business has gotten, it's nice to really see these guys be humanized.
As people.
Exactly.
As people.
Skinner showing us pictures of his grandkids, and Haku talking about his life in Florida. It's just, it's great to see. And what I really love, we just saw off camera, Pat Tanaka, Jake Roberts embracing, going outside to talk. I mean, these guys lived a circus life 350 days a year. They haven't seen each other sometimes 20, 25 years. So it's nice to watch these guys that, I got some years on you, these guys that I grew up watching and see them reunite.
That old.
Well, I got 10 years on you.
That's not old.
Well, all right.
Old is the new young.
Old is the new young.
It is.
Okay. Well, hey.
Unbelievable. Give yourself a little bit more credit, okay?
Oh, I'm not putting myself down. I'm just stating the facts.
And I just have
My era of wrestling was a lot better than the era of wrestling that you had to watch. I'm just saying.
I understand where you feel, but I beg to differ. I love 80s wrestling. I love all wrestling. But I grew up in the Attitude Era, and I will tell you, I live in that era forever.
There you go. All right.
And since I'm off camera, or even on camera, not one of you put me over, I will put myself over.
I did several times. I put you over with Haku.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. And I put over you and Nikos. I said, oh, we got two great indie talents here. But, see, Nikos isn't like you. He's not attention-starved.
Wow! Have you watched him?
Yeah. You said you wanted
If anybody knows a Spartan Pitbull Nikos Ricos, you know that statement is absolutely false. So we love him. He's part of the 80s wrestling family, and it's all a rib, so it's all good. It's all fun
You said you wanted me to roast you.
I know. See, guys, maybe I can't take a joke. Thought I could, but guess not. But I will say I am very, very excited for this as well. This is the grand finale. I'm going to need another large coffee for this because it's been a long day for the 80s Wrestling family, guys. And again, as always, it's not too late. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get your orders in. And again, as Ryan did say, please be patient. Please be patient. It's going to be a long night, a busy night, and we have to be respectful of everyone's time here. So we definitely love you guys. And again, I have to say it. This would not have been an 80s Wrestling virtual signing, Monday Night Virtual Mania, without me. Hello? I usually open the show, but again, this was a very big day for all.
Someone overslept.
No, I was here. A big day for all of us, guys. So, we did things a little different today, and, I'm still happy to be a part of it, show my face, grace with my presence, you're welcome. And, yeah, what are you going to do?
Well, now you know why we didn't have to put you over, because we knew you would do it yourself.
Exactly. I don't need anybody to do it for me, but sometimes it's nice,
Nothing wrong with that.
Sometimes it's nice.
But we're going to have Jake the Snake Roberts in about 10 minutes, so I have to ask you.
What?
Is there a specific Jake Roberts moment that stands out? I mean, what is it? Is it the invention of the... I'm not trying to call you out here. Like I said, I'm just,
No. To be completely fair, there's way too many.
There are.
There's way too many.
Well, I'm going to throw one out there that I don't think gets brought up enough. Okay. I'm going to go out. I'm going to make a bold statement right now. In my opinion, I think Jake Roberts' heel turn in the old WWF is the greatest heel turn in the history of professional wrestling.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it even tops Hulk Hogan joining NWO. Now, don't get me wrong. Hulk Hogan, Babe Ruth of wrestling, NWO iconic. But let's face facts. It's been talked about ad nauseum, okay? Hulk Hogan in WCW, after 6 months, the novelty wore off. People were either booing him or being apathetic. It was time for a change, and he did a wonderful job with it. Jake Roberts comes off this huge run with the model Rick Martel. He got blinded by arrogance. They sprayed the cologne right in his eye. He had a contact in, made you think he lost his eye, has the blindfold match at WrestleMania 7. Everyone's rah-rah cheering Jake Roberts. Then what's he do? He locks the Ultimate Warrior in a snake pit. And that's why I believe Jake Roberts had the greatest heel turn of all time, because when they went to him and they said, why'd you do it? He didn't come up with some big convoluted excuse. You know what he said? He said, never trust a snake.
Fitting.
And as a kid, that was devastating, because I had pictures, I had posters of Jake Roberts on my wall. Never trust a snake. And now, looking back at that as an adult and going, wow. And what did we say to Bob Orton on Monday night? With Randy Orton, he's always the same guy.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You're never going to see Randy Orton be anything different. Jake originated that.
Yep.
So I'm excited. I can't wait to read people's memories and comments. It's going to be a great 3 hours.
That is absolutely the best part, I think. All these fans coming up with all these different memories they have and these questions and whatnot, and just kind of diving, like you said, into the person, into the character, into the history, and really being able to relive that as 80s wrestling fans and everything. It's just, honestly, this right here is the absolute best you're going to get.
And just one more reminder to our great fans at 80s Wrestling Con, this is not a shoot interview, okay? I mean, and let's face it, I'm good at what I do, but I'm not Joe Rogan. If you want to hear all the intimate details about Jake Roberts' life, he did the Joe Rogan podcast. You can go. There's nothing that I'm going to be able to pull out of him that Joe Rogan could. So tonight we're just going to reminisce. We're going to have some fun. We're going to sign pictures. If Jake has anecdotes he wants to add, that's great. But please bear with us. We are going to be extremely busy for at least the next 3 hours.
Yeah.
I need coffee.
I will get. You know what? How we'll do this? I'll go get myself a cup of coffee. I'll get you a cup of coffee.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You can stay awake.
Coffee talk amongst yourselves.
Coffee talk with Ryan and Vicky. Guys, I am so happy to be here right now. And again, let's just the history. There's going to be so much to talk about today. And again, like you said, you have to be respectful of the time here, but I'm really excited just to see what the fans come up with.
Stop reminding them that there's
because
stuff
I'm
to talk
so excited about it.
Right.
I can't help it. When I get excited about something, I'm passionate about something, you're going to know it. You're going to know it. It's just facts.
Between the caffeine, Haku, Skinner, and you, I am going to have a major migraine later on tonight, but it's worth it.
Jeez,
We're getting a lot of comments here because this is live right now. Hunter Maddox, is Jake going to be signing live? No, we're just gonna keep him up in his room.
He's taking a nap. We'll figure
here.
out the logistics later. Of course.
David Rosenthal, after the model, it was Earthquake who killed Damien. That is correct. But what my point was that he came from a huge babyface run to turning heel and then just saying never trust a snake. There was no lackluster period where Jake wasn't being cheered. That's why it was such a shocking heel turn. First he feuded with Earthquake before that. Wow, man, these fans are hot. They are coming
They're
at
ready.
me.
They're ready.
Correcting me. The Snake Pit was a great show. John A. Youngman Jr., hey guys, trying to buy picks, but the website isn't available. I don't know if the website crashed, Tommy. There's people saying that the website isn't available. Get those orders in. People are saying that they're trying to order. Are the pillows for sale? They will be for sale. They're actually not pillows. They're wrestling buddies. Let's be official.
You could
here.
use it as a pillow, though.
Yeah,
I would use that as a pillow.
Well, hey now.
Hey.
A wrestling collector's superstore.
There are attachments you can buy.
I wonder who that was.
You heard it here, folks.
Okay. Chris Martin loved when the snake bit Macho Man. Talk about my boy Tony Hinchcliffe on Joe Rogan. He talked about how he had a friend run away from home when the cobra bit Macho Man Randy Savage.
That traumatizing. It really struck a
I'll tell
nerve.
you what, I was a 9-year-old kid. That was some of the scariest shit I ever saw on TV. The only thing that I remember that was just as scary before that was when Ron Starr, or was it Ron Bass? I forget, but Brutus Beefcake got stabbed with a spur. That was pretty violent. The snake, the cobra. First of all, we went from Damien. Let's face it, Damien was a python, but he was lovable. He was Damien.
Yeah, I mean.
And then we went to Lucifer, the cobra.
Website's okay.
Oh,
The website's okay.
is up and running, guys. Check it out again.
I believe we have 2
man.
minutes left. 2 minutes, 2-minute warning.
2 minutes to Wapner, as my dad would say. Whatever that means, I have no clue in the world, but I say it, I embrace it, no clue.
Wow, you are young. That's from a movie called Rain Man.
My dad. So, Dad, I know you're watching. You're welcome.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. I don't know when the online store is going to close, but we have a lot going on. We have people that have sent in their memorabilia. I mean, there are a ton of Jake Roberts action figures.
Yeah, this room is full right now. It's absolutely amazing, really, to see. It's amazing. Oh, Ryan.
Yes.
You want that coffee?
I do want that coffee.
You're gonna buy it though, right? Like you give me the money.
Yeah,
Like you pay for it. And
I'll
then
Venmo
just
you.
get it.
I'll Venmo you, and I'll throw in a Jake the Snake Roberts wrestling buddy
Hey, okay.
with
fair
the
enough.
attachment.
Ha
1 minute left. 80swrestlingcon.com.
All right.
Why you should be closing this out? This is the Vicious Vicky pre-show.
It's the virtually Vicky pre-show,
Oh, okay.
but I have you on. You're the host. I'm transitioning you back
There you
into.
go.
So I mean, you know,
Yeah,
I'm just here because I'm hot. I guess you know. I look good.
You are much
pretty,
more. You are much more attractive
funny,
than Haku.
witty. I am, right?
Funny,
oh my
witty. Let's not go that
God.
far. Let's not go that far. Just play.
Oh, so okay, now we're gonna do that.
You said to roast you.
You know what? You have a point.
I'm just giving
You
you
have a
what you
point.
asked
Yeah,
for.
maybe I'm not too good at this stuff. I don't know.
I
But
think it's time
I
to
think
take
it's
it
time,
all.
guys. So the Vivacious Vicious Vicky is out. I will see you next time. And Ryan,
Thank you so
I'm
much.
giving it to you. Thanks for having me, guys, and I love you all.
We're
I'll see
ready
you
for
soon.
Jake in just a few minutes. Hello, 80s Wrestling Con fans. It is time for your virtual Mania main event of the, well, it's not quite evening, it's afternoon, but we've had an amazing day. We had Skinner and Haku earlier. We had the Orient Express this afternoon, and now we're closing it out with the man himself, a true legend, a WWE Hall of Famer, And quite arguably, if he's not in your top 10, are you even really a wrestling fan? Ladies and gentlemen, Jake the Snake Roberts. Mr. Roberts, what an honor and a pleasure it is to have you here for Virtual Mania.
Appreciate it, man. I'm doing this for the fans because without them, I'd have been nothing.
That's.
And I do appreciate them, especially my special fans like Lee over in the UK and a few other jerk-offs I know.
I think you're going to get the point if you didn't watch earlier with Haku and Skinner. A lot of these guys, they don't hold back. They say how they feel, and we love them for it.
I'm sorry. I don't have a filter.
Don't apologize.
I'm not.
That's what we love. So, guys,
Hand me that fucking photo.
Oh, all right.
I didn't mean to say photo. I'm sorry.
All right, so this first one is Valentina, Little Falls, New Jersey. She wants it to Valentina. Once again, guys, if you were watching for the Vicky pre-show, we are going to be very busy. We have a lot of ground to cover, a lot of memorabilia. Keep those comments coming. I'll read them out loud. But again, this isn't a shoot interview. We have a lot to do today, so I'll try to get to as many comments as I can. Mike Collins from the land down under in Australia. Mike Collins, 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in before the store closes. Nicholas Pomeroy, you are one of my favorite villains in the 80s. What do you mean one of? Should be up at the top. All right, this one is to Pat Oxos in North Arlington, New Jersey. He's probably home in bed on this rainy Jersey Sunday.
Yeah, buddy. It's beautiful out there.
Marvin Gale. See, this is a comment that I like. Jake, you were the greatest of all time, man. Love you to death. I could tell you've done this a time or two before.
Yeah.
Marshall Hodge in Tennessee. Marshall Hodge. Linda Fierro. Tom's mom is watching. There you go. Tommy, be on your best behavior. All right, this one is to Richard Dundas in the UK. Lots of fans from Europe throughout the day. Message from 80s Wrestling, the man behind the camera, or the man behind the curtain, Wizard of Oz style, Tommy Fierro. Thank you so much, everyone, for making today such an amazing event. I appreciate all of you. Enjoy one of the greatest ever, and then you even threw in a little snake emoji. Look at that. Janelle Anselmo, no filter, Jake. That's the way to go.
Thanks, Jake.
All right, Charles. I'm sorry.
That's all right, bro.
Ian, you're freaking me out, Ian.
We're all good.
Charles Jenkins in Michigan. Charles Jenkins. Brandon Lockwich says, let me just say, Jake must have some big balls to handle a king cobra.
Oh, yeah. That too.
Roger Campbell, love Jake so much. Thank you for being a part of my childhood. Michael Collins, thank you for the memories, Jake. '80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. Also, check out the list of all the upcoming Monday night virtual signings. I'm going to butcher this name, so I apologize in advance.
Oh, my God.
Alareza Atashashaba. I don't know. McLean, Virginia. Hello, Alareza. Bill. B-I-L-L. There you go. Mike Goldberg. Can't wait for in-person signings in the new store. That is right. The Wrestling Collector. Lots of in-person, in-store signings. But the virtual signings aren't going anywhere. This is a new medium that we've been able to tap into. And I think in a lot of ways you can get more out of these virtual signings than you can in person. So there are silver linings to everything in life. Always remember that.
Watch you make it.
Annie Spivey in Marion, South Carolina. Lee James. Hey, Jake, it's Lee from the UK. I believe that's who you were mentioning earlier. My friend for nearly 20 years. Can't wait to come out and visit soon. Jesse Childers in Palm Bay, Florida. Much nicer weather there right now. Jason Hawkins. Jake is a semi-regular figure at Southern Honor Wrestling, and he can still hold the crowd in the palm of his hand. All right, this is for Nicholas Pomeroy in Mesa, Arizona. right, April in Toms River, New Jersey. April. '80s Wrestling Con live auction champion Emil Menard. Emil. Get all those orders in at 80swrestling.com. We're here with Jake the Snake Roberts till 5 p.m. Thank you for all your support throughout the day. It's been great. Another one for Emil Menard. Fernando Bori in Voorhees, New Jersey. My friend Beth Rooney, she's not in the chat, she texted me, tell Jake the Snake your friend Beth had a huge crush on him, for real. I got 2 snakes because of him.
Would you like one more? Watch out, it's a spitter.
I'll show you a picture of her. She's a beautiful woman. But I do know her husband, so, yeah,
Well, then you keep him busy, and I'll keep...
All right. Oh, my God. Does that mean we're a tag team? All right. Edward Norway. Edward Norway.
Up to the point where I tag you in.
No, I can't go that far. I'll just run interference. I'll stand outside the office and make sure nobody tries to interrupt.
God, you got me off my mind now. I can't figure out what I was doing. Edvard.
Edvard. Yeah, I said Edward. It said Vard.
A little odd.
Although we don't know about Tommy's spelling. He could have meant W. We'll figure it out. Jeremy Gibson, this is the best Sunday yet. Please keep it going. We're here with Mr. Roberts till 5 p.m. Vincent Lacey in the UK, but it's to Hugh. Must be a gift. Edward Paul, Jake the Snake Roberts. It's nice to get to meet you on Facebook, and I watch you on TV on AEW Wrestling. Love seeing Jake still active in the business. Michelle Downing in Weston, Florida. Richard Barilla in Bloomfield, New Jersey. Dana Smith, my first memory of seeing Jake on TV is WrestleMania 2 versus George Wells when George foamed at the mouth with Damien around his neck. Scared me to death as an 8-year-old. Was the foaming of the mouth planned?
I think he snorted an 8-ball before. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, it was the Wild West back
It
then,
was the
right?
Wild West.
Ben Hodgins, to Ben. Hey, he did say he had no filter, guys, so anything that gets said at this point can shock you.
If you take anything I say serious, good luck.
Exactly. Jeremy Gibson wants to know, is Jake's book out yet?
No.
Okay, not yet. I know it's coming, though.
Yep.
All right, Adam Pop to Adam. Christopher M. Curtis, Jake, you were the reason to watch wrestling on Saturdays. You were fascinating no matter what was going on. My all-time favorite performer. Thanks for all the psychology and memorable entertainment. Fan for life. This one is for Angie in nearby Piscataway, New Jersey. Mike from Howell to Mike. And this is to Holden and Layla. Holden and Layla. Elvis Gutik, is he signing mail-in order on live? Yes, we have a lot of memorabilia. We're going to get to as much as we can. Earlier today with Skinner and Haku, we ran out of time, but we shouted out the names of the people who were signed while we weren't live because we had to fit all the talent in today. So if you sent your stuff in, it will get signed, and you will get mentioned at the very least. We're going to try to burn through as much of this as we can. The orders are overwhelming. Dennis in Newton, New Jersey. Dennis. Kyle Uito, loved the Dirty Details tour comedy show I attended. Any plans on resuming it after COVID? Would love to go.
Yes.
We will have to talk because I'll know some comedy clubs that will definitely be interested in booking you. Dennis Greenow. Dennis Greenow. Yeah, I think it's a very natural progression for professional wrestlers, especially guys that were such great promos, to transition to comedy. I think it's a, and Lord knows with this pandemic, the comedy clubs are going to need all the help they can get. Yeah. Anthony D. Simone. Anthony D. Simone. Mark Wheatley wants to know if you're still doing the DDP yoga.
Occasionally.
There you go. Andreas Brittner. Andreas Brittner. All right, Tim Beyer from Germany. Tim Beyer. Bill D. Michelle. Just the signature. I'm assuming you're watching along in the chat. Is that where the laughs are coming from? Yeah. Robert Love to Robert. Don't forget, guys, 80swrestlingcon.com. List of all the upcoming signings we have going on for Monday Night Virtual. Also, follow at 80s Wrestling on Instagram. Always great conversations going on each and every day. You can follow me at Ryan Marr Comedy. I believe Jake the Snake DDT on Instagram. So that's all your social media needs right there. The Wrestling Collector Superstore. Going to be a lot of great in-person signings coming up. All that information at 80swrestlingcon.com. Audrey Lansinger in Coshocton, Ohio. Ryan Faga, is Jake selling the Wrestling Buddies? He is not personally selling them, but they will be available at the Wrestling Collector Store in the coming days. Lisa Jacobson from Iowa. Lisa Jacobson. Billy Davis says, looking good, Jake. Still the promo god of wrestling. All right, this is just a signature for Eric Winderman in Pennsylvania. Brian Lanzieri in Andover, Connecticut. Brian.
Somebody give me some paper towels.
Paper towels, please. Anybody?
I'm leaking.
Colt Campbell in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. He wants 2 Colt. Trust me. 2 simple words that defines a phenomenal heel turn. Trust me. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in for Jake the Snake Roberts, as well as all the upcoming Monday Night Virtuals. Don't forget, you can mail in your memorabilia for any of these upcoming signings. We'll have the talent sign it, get it shipped back to you. You can watch them sign it live, give you a shout out. Aaron Karpenka in Canada to Aaron. Chris Santos in Moore, South Carolina. Jake Roberts versus Ricky Steamboat on Saturday night's main event. Awesome. Yeah, I love when all the fans come up with the Saturday night's main event memories. Definitely a bygone era that we will never see again.
Nope.
Rich Melber in Dumont, New Jersey. Aaron Symbol wants to know, did you ever wrestle Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels? mean, I just.
I wrestled Shawn Michaels, probably his third match, and I beat up tougher women. Not proud of it.
Now, was this in
He was
AWA
such a
or?
douche.
Oh, when he started.
Mid-Atlantic.
Oh, Mid-Atlantic.
No, not Mid-Atlantic. Mid-South.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like his third match, and I went out and grabbed him, and I grabbed his arm and I twisted it, and I squeezed it, which is kind of a sign for you to do something.
Uh-huh.
And what did he do? No! That's all he would do is fucking holler.
Oh, wow. He was what, probably about like 19 at the time?
Yeah,
right? Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I beat his little 19-year-old ass to a pulp.
I could imagine. I could imagine. Well, you were already established at that time,
Oh,
too,
God,
so
yeah.
he was probably a little anxious, right?
Yeah, and Brett and I lived together, so.
Where? Oh, really? I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, in prison. No, in Calgary, damn near prison. Yeah.
Colder than Jersey right now.
Yes, it was, brother. That was a reality.
Were you in the Hart House together, or was it kind of?
Yeah. No, we had a house away from the Hart Mansion, but brother, 50 below zero is nothing you play with.
No, I can imagine.
You know, and that's just, there's totally no use for that weather up there.
No, there isn't.
And why people are there, I have no idea. There's not enough money on the planet to keep my ass there.
I think I would. I mean, I was going to buy your book anyway, but if there's talk about living with
Oh,
Bret Hart in
yeah.
Calgary,
Oh,
then,
there are. You're going to hear some horrible stories up there, too.
oh, I can't wait. Sam Weissman from Toms River, New Jersey, to Sam. Ryan Faga mentioning the resurrection of Jake the Snake. Yeah, that's a great movie. I believe that's still available on Amazon Prime. Check that out, and major props to you. The courage it takes to have that be documented with everything you went through. That's truly remarkable, and I think you're helping a lot more people than you'll ever realize. Another one for Sam Wiseman in Toms River, New Jersey. J-Love, are you still missing one eye thanks to the model? That's what we were talking about earlier. I'll never forget that promo where they took the compress off and it was just a white eyeball. Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah, but when you're a 7-year-old kid, it scares the shit out of you. But Chris Getson. J-Love says, I have that Mid-South DVD that has that Shawn Snake match on it. There you go.
Enjoy it. Give me another one of these.
All right, this one is for Crystal Price, to Crystal Price. 80swrestlingcon.com with Jake Roberts till 5 p.m. Get those orders in. Check out all the upcoming signings.
Give me 2 of those. No, one of these.
We'll wait for them to
Yeah,
get
I
you.
gotta catch up, man.
Oh, no, please. Hey, look,
Off of it.
you're burning through these. You're cooking with gas. 80swrestlingcon.com. Also, this week, check out all the videos of the past signings that are available. There's so many great ones, from Coco Beware to $1 Million Man to IRS. And there's so many awesome upcoming ones as well. 80swrestlingcon.com. Leave some of your favorite Jake comments or memories in the chat. Once again, guys, it's not a shoot interview. We have a lot to get to today, so some of you are asking the same question over and over. We're picking out ones that we can answer and move on. We appreciate your support, but we have a lot to get to. We want to make sure as many people get their shout outs as possible.
All right, bro. Good to go.
All right, we're good. So we got Amanda Bowers to Amanda. Ramon says, can I get an autograph from you, Jake? Sure you can, Ramon. Go to 80swrestlingcon.com, place that order. And this is Robert Elwell. To Robert, never trust a snake. A lot of questions about Andre the Giant. Jake went very in-depth with Andre the Giant stories on the Joe Rogan Experience, so that's available on YouTube. Go and check that out. Some of the best Andre stories I've heard. So go check that out. About halfway through the signing, guys, Jake will take a 10-minute break. Vicky's going to come back, and her and I are going to have a little fun. She wants me to roast her, so maybe we'll do a little bit of that. But keep those orders coming in. Keep those comments coming in. This is Jason Wallenberg to Jason.
You roast her, then I'll stick a fork in her and see if she's done.
There you go. I like that.
Hopefully there's a fork around here.
Well, no, we had chicken fingers for lunch. We didn't
Oh,
need
okay,
forks,
no
so.
forks.
Oh, there are forks? I'm an animal. I use my hands. Who cares? Corey Walker's asking, was it surreal to be doing promos again with Sting all these years later?
Sure. For him.
Randy Santos. Randy Santos. Jay and Christina Hoffman. Jake, you're an inspiration and got us started in DDP Yoga. Thank you. Mary Jo Pernetti to Mary Jo. Andy from Grand Canyon, Arizona. Marvin Gale wants to know if you kept in touch with Alice Cooper since WrestleMania 3.
A few times.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I've done a few of his concerts. We've ran into each other probably a half a dozen times.
Yeah, he's another brilliant man.
Yes, sir, he is.
Karina-
I should have listened to him.
What's that?
I should have listened to him.
Oh, was there something specific he...
Yeah, man.
A couple things. Karina Killian in Fontana, California.
Yeah, he's seen where I was going.
Oh, yeah?
Told me not to go. I didn't listen.
Hindsight's always 20/20, right?
Yeah.
Lee James says you need to teach him how to fish when he comes and visits.
Hell yeah. Stick it in the water. Oh,
Yeah, and reel it in.
look. Yeah, that's it.
Randy Evans. Randy Evans. '80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in, guys. We're here with Jake Roberts till 5 p.m. He'll probably take a 10-minute break around the halfway mark. We'll bring back Vicious Vicky. We'll have a little fun. Thank you for all your support today during Virtual Mania. Thank you for all the support in the past for the Monday Night Virtuals and as the upcoming ones as well. Jumpin' Jay from the 80s Wrestling Podcast to Jay. Michael Tarras, any memories of working with Gino Moore for the TV title? Oh boy.
Who?
There's a promoter, God rest his soul, from New Jersey. His name was Gino Moore, and he would just make up these elaborate fairy tales about titles that he held and all the guys he worked with.
my
So
God.
one of his workers just said, does Jake have any memories of Gino Moore? It's like a little inside joke, but yeah. Matt Daly.
Yes, I do have some memories of him, and none of them were very good. And none of them told the truth.
This guy had an oil painting of himself in his house. And it was just Gino Moore. I feel bad, I mean, because he's dead. But I mean, this guy was just... He told me this one story once about how he helped Bruno Sammartino get a wig. He goes, oh yeah, Bruno saw my wig, he loved it. I'm like, yeah, okay. Bruno went up to you and said, hey buddy, where'd you get that wig? Ryan Rispecki. Ryan Rispecki. Marvin Gale, that I believe is what the plan was. He's saying, Jake, when you were heel, was there ever a thought in your mind when Elizabeth was coming behind that curtain to blast her with the chair? Yeah, that was what they did, right? And then Jake grabbed it, if I remember correctly.
Undertaker grabbed it, yeah.
No, I'm sorry, yes, Undertaker grabbed it. It was the Undertaker face turn. That was a
Yeah.
wild time. That's how over you were as a heel, that all he had to do was just grab that chair. And it was like, yay, we love the Dark Dead guy. Cole from Deptford, New Jersey. That one's blue. Okay. And then we're going to switch to black. to Caleb in Cape Charles, Virginia.
Black.
Yes, that is black. Now that you're in a mentor role in AEW and you're helping with young talent, I've always wondered, because everybody has always given you your props as a great promo man, when you were in your prime in WWE, did guys come up to you and say, hey, Jake, can you help me with this, or not really? Or
The Macho Man did a few times whenever I was facing him. Because his complaint was that I was slicing him to ribbons and he couldn't think of anything to say. He's making me look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Because I am. And he asked me stuff, so I'd set him up with good lines and stuff, but I always had the comeback ready to knock him to his knees.
Exactly.
You dumbass.
Jab me, I throw a haymaker. I get that. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, props to him for being humble enough to do that. You know, I would imagine a lot of guys would have ego and.
Yeah, a lot of them do, and it's a damn shame because I'm there to help anybody that wants any help.
That's awesome. Matt Stevens in Taylors, South Carolina.
With AEW, I am getting a chance to help some young talent, and I love it.
And still be active yourself, too. Have fun.
Yeah, man. It's great. I love that company to death. I just hope the hell they never, ever lose not even a week to somebody else.
Well, and you know what? The fact that they've been able to last this long through a pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have much of a start before.
Yeah, right.
You know, so I think that they're around to stay. God
Yeah, they're
willing.
good for a long run.
Ed Kunal in Portland, Oregon. '80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. We're here with Mr. Roberts till 5 p.m. He's going to take a break around the halfway point. We're going to bring Vicious Vicky back on. All the upcoming signings are listed on the website. Check out the Wrestling Collector as well. These Jake the Snake Roberts wrestling buddies that are behind me, they will be for sale at the Wrestling Collector in the coming days. So if you're in the North Jersey area, make sure you visit the Wrestling Collector. Or you can look online, shop online. Gina Lawson in Indianapolis, Indiana. Bo Oliver says Jake does the best impressions of the Macho Man. Doug Harvey. Doug. This one's to Brandon Savage in Louisville, Kentucky. Brandon's actually a Macho Man Randy Savage impersonator. I don't know if you saw Dark Side of the Ring. He was the guy that played Randy. You were on that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy that they used for the backstage scenes of Randy. Jeremy Gibson, thank you very much, Jake, for signing autographs today and making more memories. Andrew Kennedy in Columbus, Ohio. Craig Southall has a question. I'm going to edit it a little bit just to make it a little more concise. He said, is Jake's stand-up available in the United Kingdom? Because I heard about it but never seen it. So I'll ask, is there any of your stand-up available for sale anywhere?
Well,
or is it just
not supposed to be.
Not supposed to be. You ever think about releasing?
Actually, all you have to do is you go to WWE Network and look at a lot of their cartoons, and they were nice enough to come to one of my shows and hear my skits, and went out and put them to cartoons.
Oh, okay.
They didn't tell me though.
Oh, all right. I wasn't aware of that. So do you want people to watch that or no?
No.
Okay. Well, you plugged it, so I'm
I
just
know.
making sure.
I'm just saying. I'm just showing you what dicks some people can be.
See, that's the type of guy he is. They screwed him, but he still wants you to enjoy it. So, Josh Greenblatt in
Somebody
Iowa.
should enjoy it. I damn sure didn't.
80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. We're here with Jake Roberts till 5 p.m. Thank you for all your support throughout the day and for the past couple months with these virtual signings. Shannon Hunter in Griffin.
Oh, my girl Shannon, man.
Oh, it's a friend of yours?
Yes, she is. She's my girlfriend, man. She's been a fan with me for, God, 30 years or so, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, the first time I met her was at the Omni. They brought her in on a bed, hooked up to all sorts of machines and stuff. And she came to the show, man, and I was just blown away by the fact that she was there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what she wanted to do. And ever since then, I've been to her house, I've visited her. And
Oh, wow.
I keep telling her I'm going to raise up the sheet and peek and see what I'm looking at, you know. She gets mad at me when I talk like that, but thinking about you, baby.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I always love hearing about those special connections that, especially guys from your era, had with fans. I mean, I would hear the stories about how Owen Hart would stay with certain fans,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I mean, that's just really. It was also a different time, though. Nowadays, I think it's probably tougher to do that because everything's on social media.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, here's Jake Roberts in the shower. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Here's Jake massaging his snake. Wait a minute.
Peter Elliott in Canada.
Wait,
Peter
there's
Elliott.
Vicky playing with the snake.
Oh, hey. There we go.
Not that Vicky. Not that Vicky, a different Vicky.
Oh, boy. I like it. Hey, you know what? It's matinee time. It's Sunday. Let's have fun. This is the main event. Shannon Hunter says, love you, babes. Oh, Shannon's watching along in the chat.
Cool.
Thanks for tuning in, Shannon. Thanks for your order. I'm sure you probably can't say too much about it, but it's being mentioned by Corey Walker. How was your experience interviewing for the upcoming Dark Side of the Ring episode? Pleasant experience or a rough experience?
It was a painful experience because I had to relive some shit I don't like tasting again.
Yeah.
But the only reason I do it is to show people that you can recover. You know, you don't have to open up a bottle or take a pill or anything, man, to get through things. You just got to be open about it and take it to the people. You know, if you can expose whatever pain you have to the light, it will heal.
Wow. Yeah.
It's when you hide that shit that it festers, it becomes its own animal, and it winds up consuming you. And just don't go that way, man. Because then they win, you know? Every now and then it's good to do this. Just because you can. Yeah.
And you do it.
A double.
And you do it by living well, right?
That's right.
Giannis from Greece. Giannis from Greece.
Would have never thunk that. I thought he was from Milwaukee.
Haku said before, he goes, is that the piano player? I was like, no, that's Yanni.
That's the flute, not a piano. But if Haku said it, it's fine with me.
Yeah, that's what I kept saying too. I was like, I'm not correcting him.
Damn right.
Brock Cordero, Dartmouth, Massachusetts.
That's really Brock Lesnar, but he's just, you know.
You know what I love though? You could definitely tell like what fans are like the shit stirrers. They just want to hear like certain stuff. Like this one guy just keeps saying, "Your thoughts on the honky tonk man?" And I'm like, you know what? We've heard that quite a bit over the years. You know,
I have no thoughts on the honky tonk.
Exactly, guys. So if there's certain things, I mean, this man has spilled his heart and soul in so many interviews. There's certain shit you know the answer to, so there's no need to rehash it.
Why ruin my day?
Exactly. Wade Bates. Wade Bates. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in for Jake the Snake Roberts. We're here with him till 5 p.m. Not exactly sure what time the online store is going to be open to, or open till. I'll get word from Tommy Fierro on that. Jeffrey Holmes to Jeffrey. Jeff Garlitz. Jake has plenty of Andre the Giant stories. Check out the Joe Rogan Experience. Not going to be able to go more in depth than he did on there about Andre. Macy in High Point, North Carolina. Macy. Rock Patrica, Broken Skull sessions with Stone Cold has to happen. Well, now Jake's with AEW, so I don't think we'll see that on the network. But you have done Stone Cold's podcast in the past, yeah. For those of you that aren't aware of Stone Cold's original podcast, in my opinion, it's much better than even what they show on the network, and what they show on the network is great. So check out Jake Roberts on Stone Cold's podcast as well. Okay, another name I'm going to probably butcher. It looks like Abdulaziz Kuwait.
Bill.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Abdulaziz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God it's spelled out for us. LadiesWrestlingCon.com. Wrestling Collector is going to have these wrestling buddies of Jake the Snake Roberts that are behind me for sale in the coming days. Check those out. Craig Southall saying, is there any big he's asking it rather, are there any big WWE stars Jake realistically thinks could move to AEW? I would think pretty much anybody at this point, right?
There are people out there that could move, sure.
Yeah, I mean, especially after seeing you go there, Sting, Big Show. I'm sorry, Paul.
That and Tony Khan has the ability to make chicken soup out of chicken shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, right. Well, I like chicken soup better than chicken salad, so we'll stick with soup. There you go.
Salad. I didn't say salad.
John Soltez.
All things are possible.
We had him here on Monday night, and it was phenomenal, especially because his brother Barry passed away 2 days prior. But Hunter Maddox is asking, Jake, do you have any memories of working with Cowboy Bob Orton?
Barry Orton died.
Oh, I'm sorry, you weren't aware of that? Yeah, that happened on last Saturday. I'm sorry, I didn't. I thought, yeah, we talked about it.
God almighty, man.
Yeah, and Bob was with us on Monday night. My apologies. Wish I didn't have to break it to you that way. I'm sorry. All right, this is to Sly Fitsenko. To Sly. My condolences to you. I apologize. I feel awful for breaking that to you right now. What's that? Well, I mean, because the fan asked about Bob Orton. We did have Bob here. We did a little tribute. I'm sorry. I thought it was common knowledge. Now I feel like a dick. Andrew Smith.
Well, you look like one, too.
Oh, hey now.
And you got the right hat on. That condom you got on.
Yeah.
He's a condom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. King Kong Bundy often mistook me for his son. So, Andrew Smith in New Zealand. Thank you for breaking the awkwardness with that one, because I literally felt like dog shit.
That's crazy, man. I just seen him a year or two ago in Vegas.
No, I'm very,
he was
very
inviting
sorry.
me over to his place to visit, and I never went.
Oh, fuck, I'm so sorry. Phil Barbanti in Saugus, Massachusetts. LadiesWrestlingCon.com. Get those orders in for Jake the Snake Roberts. He's going to be here with us until 5 p.m. This one's just a signature for Jeremy Gibson.
I think if Bob Orton and I had wrestled each other much, we would have set the bar so high that other wrestlers would have just said, screw it, I can't beat that.
I agree. I mean,
we meshed unbelievably well.
yeah.
We wrestled each other after our careers were pretty much over in the 80s, 90s, and killed it. We wrestled for 59 minutes.
Wow. And that was, like you said, past your
Yeah.
Well, but you were still in your prime in the 80s. I mean, are we talking after the second WWF run?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Late 90s.
And what his son is doing right now and has been doing is absolutely incredible. And like I was touching on it with Vicky a little earlier. I mean, the parallels. I mean, the snake, the viper, and that whole way of carrying himself. Like you said, never trust a snake. You never really were the guy that were slapping hands, kissing babies. It was, all right, this is just what I'm doing now. I'm going in a much darker place. And I feel like Randy does a lot of that as well. This is from Marcus King.
Silver.
All right, David Rosenthal. David Rosenthal. I'm loving in the comments, there's a lot of people talking about Jake should have been this champ, Jake should have been that champ, and then Kyle James hits the nail on the head. Jake Roberts, you were such a great worker, you never needed a belt.
True enough.
80swrestlingtown.com. Get those orders in. Doug Hastings is up next. Hello, Doug. All right, this one is for Hunter Maddox. Silver to Hunter. Silver to Hunter. Earlier we had Giannis from Greece. Now we got Jan from France. And we are here to pump you up. There you go. All right, to Zeke Vigil, not Virgil, Zeke Vigil, Zeke Vigil Jr. in La Junita, Colorado. This one is for Joe DiGirolamo in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I'm sorry. Cherry Hill, New Jersey. All right. Tad Gravel in Stevens City, Virginia. All right, this one is Linden, Texas. Christopher Burson. Christopher Burson. Roy B. Best, the golden age was the best. Absolutely, Roy. Nathan Pritchard wants to know if you have a favorite Alice Cooper song.
School's out for summer.
There you go. Sean and
Only
Gavin.
women bleed.
Sean and Gavin. I had my mind blown. I was listening to something on the radio a couple weeks ago, and they said, what was that one song that was like his only hit, Poison? And I was like, really? I thought he had
Only
way more
hit?
hits. His only like charting like top 10.
Brother, School's Out for Summer went to the top.
Did?
Yeah, man. It's 1973. That's when I was in high school, man. That was like our theme song.
There you go. Maybe Poison was the only #1 hit? I don't know. It was something said by the Sirius XM radio DJ, who was probably broadcasting from his house, since nobody goes to work anymore. Except Jake Roberts. He shows up.
Yeah, I do, man.
Darren Iverson, really glad you got your life on track. So proud of you. Thanks for the memories.
Me too.
J.R. Sanchez talking or asking if you have any fond memories of working with Jerry the King Lawler.
No.
To Tate Brickle in Canada.
Just the bell ringing when it was over.
I will say, though, as a fan, I remember watching that Monday Night Raw episode where, Lawler was just riding on you for being a recovering alcoholic, and you did the stumble to the ring.
Yep.
And that was back when Raw would cut to a commercial right before the match started. And I forget who the referee was. It might have been Earl Hebner or Timmy White or somebody, and you pull him aside and you let him know that you're just playing drunk. And that was just some amazing TV. I mean, that was like Daniel Day-Lewis method acting right there.
I don't know if that was horse shit. But they're so cheap, they go for that.
I'm sorry?
Vince is so cheap that he'd go for that.
Oh, that wasn't, you didn't want to take part in
No.
that? Oh, okay, I wasn't aware of that.
Other, if you're in serious recovery, you don't want anybody to take you off recovery. You know, don't try to break my focus on what I'm trying to keep myself alive with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't make a joke out of it. It's my life, asshole.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Vince is good about that.
Jesse Rocha in Canada. Jesse Rocha. David Moffat says, any chance of you ever coming over to the UK post-pandemic? Would love for you to come over for a spoken word tour and meet and greet.
Never say no.
Didn't you live in the UK for a while?
Yeah.
Sean McBride.
4 years, man.
Sean McBride.
4 long years.
Nathan Pritchard, thanks for asking my questions. I'm trying to get to as many as I can as they come up. Randy Santos in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Or that might have been New Bedford. Sorry, the D looked like an O. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. Monday night virtual, all the upcoming signings. Mike Laux in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. At 3:30 p.m., Jake is going to be taking a 10-minute break. You guys can keep ordering. Vicky's going to come back and hang out with us. John Soltez, any auction? I do not believe there is an auction today. Am I correct in that? Is there an auction?
She said no.
She said no. Perfect. Bill Dismaris in Warwick, Rhode Island. Daniel Rinaldi in Italy. Mark Potter, the 1991 interview Jake did with Mean Gene at the Survivor Series was absolutely epic and chilling in his feud with Savage. Kyle Tisdale in Plainview, New York. Yeah, those promos, and even watching Jake in the ring, my parents weren't wrestling fans. They totally encouraged me to be one. They didn't care for it, but when Jake would cut a promo, I don't care if someone was a wrestling fan or not, they picked their head up and they listened. Bobby D'Souza in Fall River, Massachusetts. Linda Coleman in the Netherlands. Nathan Pritchard, awesome job, guys. Thank you, Nathan, for all your support. Everyone who's been supporting 80swrestlingcon.com, these virtual signings. Pandemic threw everybody a curveball. We're trying to adjust as best as possible and find the silver linings. Eli in Brant, Michigan. To Eli. Eden in El Paso, Texas. Eden. Daniel Clemens in Wetumpka, Alabama. Some of you are saying that there doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason with the questions. For those of you that are just joining us, I know this is on Facebook Live. We did say in the beginning this is not a shoot interview. This is a virtual signing. So filtering questions based on what I know. PJ Sunbury, Pennsylvania. PJ. Filtering the questions based on the fact that Mr. Roberts has documented a lot of these answers to the questions you're already asking. So please don't be offended if I don't ask your question. A lot of the information is out there. You can find it on the Joe Rogan podcast. You can find it in the Resurrection of Jake Roberts movie. Right now, we're trying to focus on getting everybody's pictures and memorabilia signed. J.R. Sanchez in Houston, Texas. J.R. Sanchez. Peter Slivkanch, to Peter. Daniel Fitzpatrick wants to know if you've seen or kept in touch with Rick Martel. He's been MIA for a while.
Would love to see Rick. Really would love to see him, man.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to do a lot of interviews.
No,
or
he
anything
doesn't,
like that.
man. That's his business. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to bust you on that.
Oh, yeah, no.
You know, if that's what you got to do to make yourself right in here, then do it by all means.
Yeah. Jake and Chase in Fleetwood, Pennsylvania. I even loved seeing him in WCW there towards the end. He had that little comeback before he got injured. Just anything that guy did was awesome.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, I think it was like 97, 98. I remember they had a best of 7 with him and Booker T for the TV title. And it was a best of 7 series on Nitro, really entertaining stuff. He was actually working as a babyface, which I hadn't seen before. I was used to Rick the Model. You know?
Yeah, he's a good, great baby face.
Jason Ireton. Eric Coons to Eric. David Rosenthal's asking if you were ever contacted to be brought into WCW during the NWO era.
No.
Yeah, I can't see Jake Roberts as a faction guy
No.
anyway. I think
No. I'm always a loner.
Matt Finney in Carrollton, Texas. Matt Finney. Alan Kennedy, just the signature on that one. We're really burning through these photos, getting those orders in at EddiesWrestlingCon.com. Jake's going to be taking a break at 3:30, but you'll still be able to order. He's with us until 5 p.m. Patrick Reitz. Patrick.
What time is it now?
Right now, it is 2:55, but we can feel free to take a break whenever you'd like.
Oh, well.
David, we know what you meant. I'm just saying in general. You, NWO. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. All the upcoming Monday night virtual signings are listed. You can get your I'm an 80s Wrestling Guy t-shirt. You can get all your orders in for the upcoming signings. Find out how you can ship your memorabilia and merchandise for all future signings. Chris Cooper, to Coop. Brennan McIntyre, to Brennan McIntyre. Dennis Myers, to Denny, DDT. Jeff and Lindsay England. Chris Kearns. Next up, we got Joey Van Tome. Joey Van Tome to Joey. Daniel Fitzpatrick, the guys from the Golden Era are still as popular today as they were in the 80s. Legends, absolutely. And I credit a lot of that to the WWE Network. And when people watch, they can see real reactions from fans. Not canned, whatever. I was watching WrestleMania 6 last night. And after your match with DiBiase, where you hit that DDT and the crowd just exploded.
Yeah.
And then you gave Mary Tyler Moore $100.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun, man.
And I love it because Ventura goes, like, she needed it. And Gorilla goes, you're right, Jesse, she didn't. And it was so funny because the two of them never really agreed on anything. Yeah. Was that part of your plan? You were like, I'm going to give.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Mary
going to get her. Yeah, because I wanted to draw attention to that while they didn't see me stick about 600 miles. When I came to the curtain, I said, where's the rest of it? I said, well, give it out, man. Didn't you see me?
That's
awesome. Y'all focused on her and didn't see me handing it. Oh, man.
I did notice that while he was laying there was one $100 bill by his head. And you went back in the ring, you took it, you stuffed it in his mouth, and he spit it out, and then it did disappear. So I don't know. I'm not speculating. I'm just saying.
Tim was about stuffing him in his pants, too, you know.
How great would it be if Vince sent you a cease and desist now? And it was just like, you know what? About that $800 that you might have taken.
Yeah. I took it, Vince.
Peter Deftly.
With great joy.
Hunter Maddox says, Jake, were you the inventor of the DDT? I believe that's common knowledge at that point, right? Was there anybody that you saw use it after you? I mean, before it became, something they would do 4 times in a match. Was there ever anyone else who used it as a finish that you really appreciated?
No.
No? All right. There you go.
Well, one girl did. I can't remember who it was, though.
I liked Raven's version of it.
Oh, God, no.
Well, it was different. He didn't have the snap. He did more of the spike.
Oh, my God. Raven's was like the baby DDT.
Yeah, well, you're healing me, Jake. Why are you healing me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about me? What about me?
He's another comic.
Yeah, well, claims. Claimed to be a wrestler, too.
Oh, boy. I ain't touching that one. He said it, not me, Scotty. Bobby Head. Too beautiful, Bobby. What? No, 3:30.
I'm taking a break.
You want to take one now?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a 10-minute break, or maybe even longer. Who knows? Just keep ordering. We're flying by the seat of our pants. We're very grateful to have Jake the Snake Roberts here with us.
And I'll stay as long as you keep buying.
Look at that.
Awesome.
There you go.
I'm not afraid. Let's go outside, monkey.
There you go. Get some fresh air. Well, that answered one of the questions that was asked repeatedly in the chat.
It's my last habit, man.
No, hey, we all have our vices, my friend.
This might be my last cigarette, too. So.
There you go. So, for the guy who kept asking over and over, did Jake quit smoking? And I thought it was too personal to ask.
No.
There you go, the pack of
And it's a
cools.
struggle, brother. It's not easy.
Oh, it is. Look, I still vape,
I'll keep your seat warm.
or as I like to call it,
Oh, man, we're going to get in trouble here.
Damn.
Well,
It's out now.
I don't have an answer to that.
my name's Ryan Moore, and I used to have a career in entertainment. And, wow.
Anyway, I'm back. You okay?
Oh, I'm good.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm hanging out. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. It's been a long, rainy day here in Jersey. A lot of
Yeah.
excitement, different energy. This is what I think to myself, right? We're seeing this. We have a staff here of about 5 or 6 people. They're getting all the products together. They're getting the picture orders and whatnot.
Yep.
Imagine what it was like in those locker rooms where there were 60 of those very different personalities, right? I mean, talk about a circus freak show in every good way imaginable. So here we are, we're dealing with different talents, right, for these signings, different personalities. Some people like to talk, some people are all business. Can you imagine what it must be like to be on the road 350 days with that kind of cast of characters?
I can't, but I want to. So we'll put it like that.
I don't know, it
I
kinda gives
can't
me
imagine
anxiety.
it. Well, I have it. Well, I have very high anxiety.
Yeah.
As you all can tell, that I'm always moving around. I'm fast. I'm just a nut. But no, all seriousness, I think that that would be tough. It's going to be tough, when you're in that kind of situation. But that's the goal, man. That's the business.
Yeah. No, hey.
I mean, I don't know how it is for you in like comedy and backstage.
Well, look, I mean, here's the reality of it. We kind of more so you even than me. This is the disadvantage of you being younger. There really wasn't really a time in your life where social media wasn't so prevalent or whatever. I kind of grew up on the outskirts of that. So when I see a guy like Jake, who comes from a business that was so guarded, especially during that time, where kayfabe was king and you had to live the gimmick, I really can't help but respect, even if he hadn't overcome his demons, the fact that he always put it out there. That's just amazing, especially in such a judgmental society. We've gotten better as time has gone on, but if you haven't watched The Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts, definitely check that out on Amazon Prime, because him chronicling, you know, hitting rock bottom, climbing out of it, the few falls down, coming back up. I mean, the fact that he could document that and put it out there for the world to see, hell of a man.
I think it's amazing that he's very open about it, because I'm very open about it. I'm sure you know my story, you follow me. I am extremely open about my battles and traumas and addiction. 6.5 years a recovering heroin addict, and I'm very proud to say that. So since we're touching on it, for me that's totally an inspiration. Absolutely, I've read up on him and everything that he's been through and seen everything, and it's just to see someone in this business, and we're all fun here, we all have a good time, but things get real sometimes.
Without a doubt.
And that's why I always say I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so grateful because I almost lost my life too. So
yeah, and the fact that he's still out there and helping people, it's amazing. What kind of signal was that? Was that a pick the mood back up?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, director.
Yeah.
We're just kind of
conversing, and then I'm gonna go. Well, guys, here we are again, because that's what I do. I yell, and apparently I smack the table so hard that I nearly break it. But you know what? I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, it's two very different. It's two very different energies that I'd be dealing with. It's going to be like boom, 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 then very back to whatever. And I'm still
on the table.
And I still thought the break was 26 minutes from now. That was kind of just abrupt. Oh, we're breaking now. So.
At first I'm like, wait, 26 minutes. I'm like, hey,
yeah, I thought he was going to take.
Let me talk about this marker.
But here's the thing: he said he's going to stay later if need be. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in.
Man.
The store is still open. When he comes back, I might have to give you some alone time with him so that I can go pee, because I am drinking water. However, that coffee that you never got me, delicious.
Oh well.
Yeah. Delicious.
Here's the thing: Nikos Rikos was going to go, and. They don't have any more coffee.
Oh, see, here's the thing. Nikos Rikos didn't offer to get me coffee. You did.
But I was going to do it on his dime.
Oh, all right. Hey. Are you trying to treat an 80s Wrestling Con fellow host like a mark? Is he your money mark? You're going to just say, oh, go get me coffee? Come on.
Well, I mean, it was a good idea. I saved myself some money, some time,
I'm looking through the comments right now. Thank you for today. This has been great. Mary Jo Pernetti. J Love just placed my order. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. Ian Levy.
My mom sent me this email.
Ian Levy's mom. Bring back Haku and green shirt.
Oh, the green shirt. Guys, again, if you didn't see that, that was absolutely amazing. Hysterical. That should have been a whole comedy hour right there, because that was just... absolutely hysterical.
I'm just laughing because there was a guy in the chat. And look, especially when somebody is so open about what they're going through and whatnot, there's certain questions you don't want to ask.
Yeah.
This one guy asked 28 times if Jake Roberts has quit smoking cigarettes. And you would think that after a certain point he'd realize that I'm just not going to ask that question. Yeah. But he kept it up. And then when Jake got up for his break and his friend threw the pack of cools and he
Your question has been answered.
There you go, buddy. I mean, guys, let's try to keep it about memories, about angles. I mean, think of all the feuds that have gone on. We talked about Rick Martel. We talked about him turning on the Ultimate Warrior. We talked about Honky Tonk Man. Let's talk memories. Let's talk the coal miners' glove match at WCW, spin the wheel, make the deal. Like, why do we need to... Who gives a shit if he's smoking? That's his business if he's smoking cigarettes.
I don't need to know that.
80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. And there you go.
Well, looks like the man of the hour is back, so I'm going to get out of here.
Man, she's had the easiest job today.
Whatever you want to do with it.
7 minutes of camera time. Hang out for 8 hours, go on camera for 7 minutes. All right.
Oh my God, it's so, oh my God. Somebody give me some napkins.
There you go. Hey man, it's all good. Shannon Lehman in Kalamazoo. Shannon Lehman.
Okay.
Oh, and your friend Shannon Hunter says, Jake knows I'll talk to him later about smoking. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
She'll be grinding my ass on that one.
Were you an active cigarette smoker while you were wrestling?
Yeah.
That's incredible. The fact that you could have hour matches.
Yeah. It used to confuse the doctors, too. They would be taking our blood pressure before the matches, and I'd be smoking a cigarette while they took it.
Oh, wow.
And then my blood pressure would come back, and it'd be like 112/67.
Wow.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck?
That is remarkable.
But now it's not a joke. I've got COPD, emphysema, and it's kicking my ass. So.
Well, you've overcome so much already. I'm sure this is just another test for you, and you've been passing them with flying colors.
It's tough, though, boy. You think it'd be simple just to say, you're going to die if you don't quit. But yet you keep smoking.
Yeah. All the articles I've read is, it's harder than, it's more addictive than heroin, right?
Yeah.
That's what they say. Look, I'm a nicotine addict. I mean, I could chew the gum, wear a patch, smoke a cigarette. I mean, Craig Wilbur in Windsor, Vermont. Take a break for a little minute, have your drink. I'm going to look at some of the comments here. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders out. Silly question. I want to show my daughter UK Rampage 89. Sorry, that comment just disappeared. But yeah, I believe Tommy has, tapes and DVDs available at the Wrestling Collector, all the classics. RJ Poinsett, Jake's the man. This is great fun. Thanks, legend. Right now we have 150 live viewers. If you want, please feel free to share that link out on Facebook. Jake the Snake Roberts is one of those guys that are synonymous from that golden era. When you think of mainstream wrestling, you think Hulk Hogan, you always hear Jake the Snake. So share the link out, get those orders out. Janelle and Rob Anselmo in Riverbank, California. Craig Southall in the UK. Craig Southall. J Love, I want Vicious Vicky's autograph. I think that could be arranged. I don't know. A lot of compliments from people talking about Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of
Good
compliments.
time.
Corey Walker, Spring Hill, Tennessee. Spring Hill, Tennessee.
And Peanut Butter Falcon is just another example of me being better than Foley. He was in the ring too in the movie, so
there you go.
Just saying.
He's another guy that's made a great transformation with the DDP yoga. Unbelievable.
Yep. You know what people forget when it comes to DDP yoga is, yeah, it's there's a lot of great ideas in it, and great moves, maneuvers, but the bottom line is you did the work.
Yeah.
You know, and people just seem to forget about that. Even when they do it, they say, "Well, I'm so glad Dallas got me this, blah, 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 and blah, 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 thanks to him." No, thanks to yourself, man. You busted your ass doing this shit. Believe me, I know what it's like to be in that room doing it when you want to kick him right in his friggin' teeth.
Yeah.
Many times I wanted to get up and just waffle him.
Yeah.
Still time left.
I remember, I follow Diamond Dallas Page on social media. I had worked with him on the Indies. He's from my hometown.
Sorry.
I had understood that he was helping you out, but what really, hit home for me was I'm a huge fan of HBO's Real Sports. And when you guys were profiled on there, and you did that interview, and you were so emotional, and and that was around the same time where Scott Hall, I believe, had just come in.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, talk about a range of emotions, because it's emotional and it's sad, but then you're kind of marking out because you're seeing DDP, Jake Roberts, and Scott Hall sitting in a living room watching Monday Nitro tapes, and I'm like, holy shit, how cool is this? And again, we were talking about it before you got here. That's the thing that I love the most about doing these signings, is seeing you guys that were on the road 350 days a year reuniting. I mean, you were just about ready to come on camera. Pat Tanaka walks in. I mean, how long had it been since you've seen Pat Tanaka?
A long time, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's the stuff. Those bonds never break, so it's nice to see these reunions.
Years.
This is To Ellie Rocks, but it's from Cody. Cody Zedima, but it's To Ellie Rocks.
First time I seen Pat Tanaka, he was a referee
Okay.
in Florida Championship Wrestling,
Oh, wow.
where his father was a mainstay. His father was one of the greatest heels of all time. Duke Kimuka. Vicious Japanese son of a bitch.
Wow.
He wanted to kill that man when he came to the ring. He was just an amazing performer. He knew what it was about to be a heel, and he knew how to do it. And just simply crouching, when you seen him crouch, you wanted to get up and help the babyface, because you knew he was fixing to do something evil. Just by him crouching down, that's what I call a great wrestler.
Yeah. There's always guys like you, and I know we talked about Lawler earlier, have always stood out. I always loved the way that as heels you guys would work a crowd, or even as faces, like when you would point to the bag.
Yeah.
Like the snake's coming, you'd wait for it. Lawler, when he would reach down into the tights and even if he would come up with nothing, he made you think. That's the stuff that I love, and I know as a fan, it's a lost art. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. It can be found.
Well, AEW, there you go.
Right.
Cody Zwiedma. I'm going to eventually get this name right. He keeps ordering pictures. Cody Zwiedma. Cody Zwiedma.
Hope you got enough money while you're doing it.
Eric Winterman. This has been very cool. Thanks to Tommy for putting this on. Excellent host as well. Why, thank you. I also have had the help of Nikos Rikos and Vicious Vicky today, so props to them. Comes off like a genuinely good dude. I don't know if you're talking about me or Jake or both, but I think we'll take it either way. So thank you, Eric. David Clark. I remember Jake's matches against Ron Garvin.
Oh my God, those were fun.
Yeah, he was a hard-hitting...
Damn right he was. Man, he used to jack my jaw up. And I'll tell you something funny.
Yeah, please.
Ronnie Garvin, in the ring, I was a heel. I'd just be beating the hell out of him, man. I mean, lacing him hard, because he liked it hard. I do too, Giving it.
Yeah. Hey, now.
But, like everything else, everybody's got a tail. What's his tail, man? How do you know when he's fixing to make a move? What happens? And you know what I had to look for?
What's that?
His nipples getting hard.
Really?
If his nipples got hard, that meant he's fixing to get up and kick your ass.
Okay.
I swear to God. And I seen him years later, and I went, "Hey, Roddy, I need to ask you something." He said, "Yeah, what is it, Jake?" I said, "Before you start your comeback, how come your nipples get hard?" He went, "Ha ha 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 ha."
Oh, wow.
He avoided me. I'm like, that's fucking scary.
That is scary. Did you ever get the answer?
No.
Oh, wow. Well, maybe if we book Ron Garvin for a virtual signing, we'll make him wear a tight white t-shirt.
Damn right.
And anytime it's time for a story, we'll find out if he wants to tell, if he pings out.
There you go.
So another one for Cody Zwiedma.
This guy's getting to be a pain in the ass.
Shannon Hunter, I hope a copy of this will be posted so I can watch it again. Absolutely, Shannon. 80swrestlingcon.com. All of the virtual signings, even from before I was your host, they're all available there. So give it a couple days, and 80swrestlingcon.com will have every signing we've done so far today.
You mean the ones before you were good?
I thought they were pretty good. Yeah, they had Demolition, and it was actually Nikolai Volkov's son was hosting.
Oh, wow.
Brian Adams. I'm sorry, it's Brian Adams, but he wants it to Brian Yart. Y-A-R-T.
Oh, that's the guy at the band, yeah, Brian Adams.
Yeah, right?
We're going to silver with that.
Oh, we're going to silver?
I knew that.
Could you take my spot for 1 second?
1 second.
Yeah, I just got to run to the...
Oh my
I
God.
know, I have the bladder of an 80-year-old woman. I'll be right back.
Says the same thing about me. What am I going to do?
Brian Yart.
Yeah.
All right, bro, what do you got?
And this one, David Moffat, but he'd like it in silver to Stephen. Grab some more. And this one is Dandy Montalvo
And sword?
to red.
Red.
Speak up. All right. Hey,
Don't yell at me.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm not looking for any trouble. Believe me. I get enough of that at home with my wife. All right, we're going. What's that?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you know.
Don't need it here.
Nope. This is to Jeremiah Love. You like it in blue? Your signature Hall of Fame 2014, please.
What's the blue job?
The blue job, that is correct. Different from a green job or a red job.
For a hand job.
Well, these are all hand jobs. Yes, it is. For Lee James in blue, to Lee, a.k.a. Boy George.
Oh, he is too, man. This guy looks just like Boy George, but without talent.
No Karma Chameleon.
No. He's Karma Doo-Doo.
I guess people want to hurt him then, huh?
Yes, I know I enjoyed it. He was at my school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. What do we got? Yeah, I'll just take them over here.
Right ahead.
It's fine. We got silver, we got red, and we got silver.
All right.
Oh, another blue. This is to David Rosenthal. Just your signature, please, sir. We're going to do black here. For Jose Navarez. To El Joe, Hall of Fame 2014, Master of the DDT. And here's Ryan, guys.
All right. I'd like to thank handsome Ian Levy for stepping in.
I don't know how we survived.
We always say that.
Or as I like to call him, Make-A-Wish Ryan Moore. There you go. Alrighty.
You ever wrestle, bro?
Did I wrestle?
Yeah.
No, I was a manager and a ring announcer. I have steel rods in my spine, which is a great excuse because I was a shit athlete, so I never would have been much of a worker. But no, I've always loved the wrestling business, and I always find a way to get sucked back into it. And being an out-of-work stand-up comic during the pandemic, and Tommy Fierro hit me up, so I'm having a blast. Derek Tinsley. Derek Tinsley. Daniel Fitzpatrick, welcome back. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Yeah, I had to run over to the bathroom. Yeah. Speaking, yeah, it is. It is a tough crowd tonight. David Moffat, silver to David. Marvin Gale, Jake, did you remember the El Diablo character you played?
Yep.
Where did the idea come from?
Out of my head.
There you go.
Fooled everybody.
Yeah, I would love to be able to just see you come up with more characters. That always blows my mind. You know, sitting with Skinner earlier, I said, how did you go from being the fabulous ones, the inventor of the pretty boy gimmick, to you know, being like, okay, now you're going to be an alligator hunter? And I just found that mind-blowing. Because, I mean, talk about polar opposites. That's why you guys don't get the credit that you deserve, because, I mean, those are two completely different characters, and to master them both is just amazing.
It sure is, bro.
Corey Andrews.
Pretty cool stuff. Just done right. What pisses me off is when people do something half-assed. And it's like, you fuck. How you even bring that shit to that, you know?
I'm sure there were plenty of times throughout your
my
career
God.
where you had to bite your tongue.
Oh, yeah.
Daniel Fitzpatrick wants to know if Jake has any of his ring gear from his WWF days still.
A little. But I'm keeping it.
Well, that was the other side.
But I do have something from the new era. Let's see. So,
Oh, there you go.
I have a suit,
Uh-huh.
if you will, that I'm going to put up for auction someday, but not today.
Nice. Jeremy Harris in Old Bridge. I remember, I think I had a poster, well, I know I had a poster as a kid of you. It was the green tights, and I don't want to call it the wrong character, but it was almost like the Medusa with the snake hair,
Yeah.
but it was a man.
Yeah.
What was that based out of? Was that a design you made yourself?
Yeah.
or-
Yeah, it was my idea. That's not the design I made. The design I made would have been a whole lot meaner looking.
Well, you were a face at the time, and then I remember when you turned heel, and it was literally like you were wearing the black with the hellfire and the lightning. I mean, that was just, and then that menacing cobra glove.
Yeah. Could have had a lot of fun with that glove.
Now, the cobra that you had, that was from the same guy who had given you Damien, right? Wow. That guy sounds like a character. I heard the stories you
He's
told
a
about.
psycho, man.
Tom Kraus. Tom Kraus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the story you told. What was it, the Komodo dragon that got loose? Is that guy still around? Does anyone know?
He is in Florida working for the alligator farm down there.
Well, perfect place for him, right?
Yeah. The most excited I ever seen him was when that hurricane hit Miami and knocked it, leveled Miami. He was stuck down there, and his job was to find all those damn poisonous snakes.
Oh,
So wait a minute. Why are you having fun? Because I get to find them. I'm like, but what about getting bit? Yeah, I gotta watch. I gotta be careful. I'm like, how do you be careful digging through water and trash and you know? And he was having the best time of his life.
that's awesome. We had Craig DeGeorge here last Monday with Bob Orton, and a fan had asked, are there any good Jake the Snake Roberts stories? And Craig DeGeorge instantly said that you told him about a time where you were driving down the highway and the snake got out of the bag
Yep.
and wrapped itself around
Yep.
the gas pedal.
Yep.
How the hell did you get out of that situation?
Well, I wasn't driving at the time. Duggan was.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know if that's better
The
or worse.
car starts accelerating. I'm like, Jim, didn't you just go to jail for something like this? And which pissed him off. And he says, this time I'm not fucking doing it. What are you talking about you're not doing it? He goes, that fucker down there. And I look down, the snake's down there. I'm like, oh my God, how do you get out? And he's wrapped around the gas pedal and the brake. I said, Jim, we're doing 100 now.
Oh, boy.
You got to do something, bro. Okay, here goes. And he fucking put his foot on that fucking brake. When he did, that fucking snake tried to shoot up here and bite him at his nuts.
Oh.
Jim jumped in the back seat. There's nobody driving this fucking car now. I grabbed the wheel. It stopped. We're both pissed off. It's cold outside. We jump out. We grab that. I grabbed the fucking snake and started ripping that motherfucker out of the car. It took a few minutes. I had to tear some flesh off the snake, you know. And
Oh, my God.
I finally got him out, stuffed him in the bag, and threw him in the fucking back seat, and we took off. You know, and we're like, whew, man, that was fucking hell.
And if you're a member of PETA, he's just making all this up.
Yeah. And so then, woo, boop, 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 cop comes up. What the fuck? And we're like trying to air out the car and everything, because I guess the snake had made a funny smell that smelled like marijuana, but it wasn't. It was a snake. It was a marijuana snake. And
That's awesome.
the cop says, you guys happen to have a 40-foot anaconda in your car? No. So he's got both of us out. He said, well, we just got a call in from a restaurant. They said two big hairy guys, and we're guessing that's y'all.
Yeah.
We're fighting a 40-foot anaconda on the side of the interstate.
Oh, wow.
I said, fuck, that must have been right where we were at. I said, yeah, you guys were right in front of a restaurant. I never even saw the restaurant. Well, I'm busy on the snake. He finally let us go. But
How often did you get pulled over though, where the cops knew exactly who you were? I would imagine
a lot.
often.
A
Yeah,
lot,
yeah. I mean, I would imagine so. You guys.
sometimes that's okay, sometimes it's not.
Okay. Well, what if they weren't smartened up, really? I
Or
guess.
if they didn't like guys like me, or
Yeah.
maybe one of them's wives had slept with a wrestler in the past or something.
Because none of that stuff ever happened, especially in the 1980s, right?
There's rumors.
Revelations.
It weren't the wives we were doing, it was the kid. No.
To a meal. To a meal.
What are you laughing for, man?
We're having fun. 80swrestlingcon.com. Keep those orders coming in. And so here we are. We got the True FX Elite Collection. What they do with these figures now truly is amazing. They've come a long, long way. So it's the Jake the Snake Roberts Elite figure. And on the back we got Ultimate Warrior Eddie Guerrero, Jake Roberts, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
How's he doing?
Paul Orndorff. I only met Paul once, and it was actually at Tommy's last convention that he was allowed to have before the pandemic in Freehold. Nice man. That was my
He's
only
not
time.
doing too well.
I had heard that too. You don't really know him well enough, but he was greeting fans, and
Yeah, I heard he was being abused.
oh, that's what you heard.
Yeah.
Oh, I had heard rumors of like dementia. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
okay. Elvis Gutic. Gutic. Yeah, he towards the end of his career there, he had some bad luck with injuries. I remember the
Yeah.
neck started acting up. And,
Well, he didn't ever get that neck fixed. That was the problem.
oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. He never had the surgery.
Gary Bonus goes, Jake should write a book about his career and his many stories. It is coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm really looking forward to that. There's certain books that you just know are a must-have.
This one will be, I guarantee you that.
You could probably write volumes at
Yeah,
this point.
I can. I can. I've
Do you know-
got over 600 pages, and I hadn't even gotten to my WWE career.
Wow. So that's just Mid-South and everything before.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's unbelievable. Do you know exactly how many pages you want the finished product to be? No?
It's going to be as long as it needs to be.
That's awesome. Another one for Elvis Gutic. Jeremy Gibson, this is awesome. Love it. Thank you. We're glad you're loving it. 80swrestlingcon.com. Share the video stream to all of your friends. Tell them that we're here with Jake the Snake Roberts, WWE Hall of Famer, until 5 p.m. This one's for Tim Weiss. Tim Weiss. I'm sorry. Brendan Roche, when will the book be released? Well, apparently it's not even done being written yet, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Bryant Mosby, Jake, just wanted to thank you for all you have done throughout the years. If you could book one dream match for yourself in your prime, who would it have been with? So I guess it's somebody who you haven't worked with that you wish you could have in your prime?
Probably Randy Orton or Bray Wyatt.
Oh, wow.
I challenged Bray Wyatt 2 years ago to a stripper's pole match, but he never answered me. I think I was too far out of his realm.
So you know what's interesting with it, and I love Bray Wyatt, and his father was here for a signing as well. But what I find interesting, and I don't know if this, I'm sure it drives you nuts as an old school guy on the road 350 days a year. He's Bray Wyatt, the cult leader, now the demon, the fiend. But then on Instagram, he's posting pictures with his kid in the swimming pool, which I understand that's his
Yeah.
life, whatever. But it's just, to me, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
come on, where's the mystique? You know,
Yeah.
it drives me nuts.
Guys, give it away.
Tony Jaramillo. Tony.
In silver.
Yes, in silver.
Yeah, these are all there's a blue and black.
God damn it.
Let it go.
me.
There you go. Nice out.
One like that usually comes with a turd. Glad it didn't.
Hey, the day is young.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
What we got now? Blue?
Now we got blue. Now it's just a color potpourri. Tony Agaran, love the stories. Wicked cool. Legend. If you're saying wicked cool, I'm assuming you're from Boston.
Baston.
Adam Hirschhorn. Oh, my buddy Adam Hirschhorn. Don't miss a beat events. Your DDP story, your recovery was inspiring and proud of you. Great you pulled through and are here now. Anthony Crowley. Anthony Crowley. Jeremy Gibson, man, I can listen to his stories all day long. Thank you. Well, he's going to be here till 5. Get those orders in. The book is coming out soon. I can't wait to read it.
And you'll have to come to one of our comedy shows we're going to do together.
Yes, yes, I would love to. I opened for Mick Foley a couple times in Reno and stuff like that. We had a lot of fun. I love, look, wrestling fans and comedy, perfect mix.
Yeah.
Perfect mix. Myron Iyer in Glen Harbor, Washington. Now these things, this actually, I can see, this looks like Jake Roberts. I know our co-host Nikos Rikos is a big fan of the Funko Pops. I never really understood what the big deal was, but this is actually pretty cool.
Oh wait, that's the Chase figure too. That's not even.
I'm sorry?
So, there's like a limited run, like you pack maybe one in every other case or something, so this is what everybody gets.
Okay.
This is the Chase figure, so you can see the differences, the tights and the sleeve.
Oh. And now we're finding out why Ian Levy's not allowed within 500 yards of a school. Because of his knowledge of these Funko Pops. Thank you for clarifying.
You're welcome.
All right, this one is for Brian Webb. He wants just the signature in white.
White?
I love busting Ian's chops, man, but this guy is so knowledgeable when it comes to magazines and all kinds of wrestling media. And I still am thankful for him telling me, all you got to do is go on Amazon Prime and type in pro wrestling. You'll be amazed what you find. I still haven't, I've been able to watch a fraction of all the stuff. Danny Walker Jr., I've never seen this out of the 80s wrestling site before. This is great. Yeah, Danny, we're going to be live with all of our virtual signings coming up, 80swrestlingcon.com, to see what else is going to be coming up. This is Michael Anderson in Cranford, New Jersey. He wants just the signature in green. We're appreciative to all the talent that we've had here today, especially Jake, because this is by far I don't want to say overwhelming because we're handling it well, but this has been a tremendous amount of orders coming through. Tommy Fierro hasn't stopped since I got here at 7 in the morning, and I think he was here at like 5:30. Elvis Gutic in Hurleyville, New York. Ooh, Lee James from the UK, your buddy. Tell Jake I remember him cooking me fried chicken. It was his mom's recipe.
Yeah.
I've never tasted chicken like it. I love chicken fried chicken.
Yeah. I'll put some special sauce on his.
Now, when you were doing the DDP yoga during your transformation
Yeah.
stuff, you were eating super clean,
Yeah.
right? You gave up all that stuff.
Yeah. I still eat pretty clean,
Yeah.
you know.
Because once your body adjusts, I've lost 45 pounds with intermittent fasting, and I noticed that when I cheat and have, a shitty meal,
Yeah.
which is what I used to live on, I
Yeah.
feel like garbage.
Yeah.
It's almost like a night of
Yeah.
boozing. You know? Like,
It is, man. Definitely.
Jonathan Gulenblowski. Jonathan Gulenblowski. Silver just signature. Looks like it's a WWE trading card. And this is painted by Jason Schneider, and he wants it signed. This is actually super, super cool. I love when we see the fan art.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I've collected a bunch.
Oh, Jason H. Smith, is there a specific memory the moderator would like to discuss since ours apparently don't interest him? I am sorry if your feelings are hurt, Jason. I'm trying to get to as many questions as possible, but again, this is not a shoot interview. We're talking about memories,
Coffee.
we're signing.
That's a great idea.
Vicky, while you're up.
Yeah, right?
Tad
That was on my
Graville,
phone,
green, just signature. John Scott says, hi, Jake. John from Edinburgh, Scotland.
That's a place I want to go back to.
I've never been, but I've heard nothing but good.
It's beautiful, man.
Daniel Fitzpatrick. Daniel Fitzpatrick says, Jake, did you get along with Gorilla Monsoon? He was one of my favorites. He was one of my favorites too, Daniel.
Definitely. Yes.
Fun guy too, right?
I loved the guy because he loved wrestling.
Yeah.
and he loved old school.
Yeah.
I say I'm not from the old school. I'm from the school that burned down before they built the old school.
There you go. Tammy Beasley in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But the one thing I'll say, though, is that even though, you know, a lot of guys, I feel, have a hard time accepting reality about things changing, whereas you, on the other hand, have been so spot on with everything that you said that you're still working. I mean, AEW is the new promotion.
Yeah.
It's changing the game, and you're a huge part of it.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of guys use the whole old school thing as a crutch, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, to not adapt and change, but storytelling is...
It's their way of protecting their pride.
Yes. But good storytelling will never go out of style. So if you're a master of that, you'll always be working. That's my theory. TJ Gilroy. Oh, I had this. The subscription. This was right after the heel turn. Well, actually, no, this is interesting because it was July 1991. Jake the Snake will Damien Spirit level Earthquake. Is that when you turned heel in July of 91? Because I remember SummerSlam was the wedding with Randy Savage and Elizabeth with the Cobra.
Yeah.
So maybe this was already written, but yeah, because all right. So in here was Macho Man and Elizabeth. WrestleMania 7. So this is the WWF magazine, July 1991. If you go to the Wrestling Collectors Superstore, tons of magazine. The old After Mags from PWI, WCW magazines, WWF magazines, they're in stock. But right now, this one is going to be signed for Steve Maudlin. He wants it in white. Jake the Snake Roberts. I wish I had kept my magazines in these condition. I really, every time I look at them, I get so upset that I was such a slob.
I got rid of all mine after high school.
Oh, you got rid of yours?
I got rid of them.
I still have mine, but they're all beat to shit.
I kept my PWIs. That was about it.
And these are the Micro Brawlers. These are for Ryan Crossley. Oh, these are from Pro Wrestling Tees. Okay. That's the Young Bucks company, right? Pro Wrestling Tees. Jeremy Gibson says, we have to all say thank you to Tommy Fierro for putting this on and all the hard work he does behind the camera. No doubt about that. It's a lot of work to get everything together for signing, then have to take all that time to ship it all out. Thank you, Tommy, for everything.
They should be getting everything by June.
Everything will be arriving by June.
That was seen before the Chase right here.
Uh-huh.
It's the exact same series. This is the Chase. This is the
Now, what does Chase mean?
again, they just people chase them.
Okay.
This is what it is, and they put them in, like I said, every
Ah,
so often.
that's pretty wild.
Yeah. It's all the same product.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, we got gypped because, I mean,
No,
don't get me wrong, we
exactly.
appreciate the Hasbros and the LJNs, but I mean, look at what these figures can do now with the flexibility and stuff. Remember, they didn't even, you had one belt that was always on
That was
Hogan.
it,
If you
yeah.
lost the belt, you had to buy another Hogan. Craig Wilbur, blue just signature. Craig Wilbur. Oh, great question from David Rosenthal. And Vicious Vicky and I were talking about your heel turn before you came on. David wants to know, was the heel turn planned far out, or was it last minute because you were supposed to feud with Earthquake?
I did feud with Earthquake, but I think there were some things that were happening.
Yeah.
You know.
Was it your idea, or did they approach you and say, we want to turn
They
you heel?
approached me.
Well, you went in hook, line, and sinker,
I
though.
love being a heel, man. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Craig Wilbur, green, just signature, and DDT.
I love it when they say just signature, and then they add 2 or 3 things.
Steve Solik goes, any stories from wrestling in Louisiana, Mid-South Wrestling? By the way, I'm hooked on Mid-South on the WWE Network. I wasn't able to watch that growing up, so now, wow, Mid-South Wrestling, talk
the
about ahead
best.
of its time.
Yeah, they were the best.
Do you have any memories from Louisiana?
Yeah, a lot of them not good, though.
Oh, okay. Craig Wilbur, to Craig.
I
Never
learned a lot there.
trust the snake.
Learned a lot there.
God. That's all right. We'll just get another one.
Get another one, please.
No,
red.
that's his own.
Oh, okay.
Get that off there.
I guess we could just. Oh, it's coming off.
Give me the red pin.
It's coming off right there. Good stuff.
It's close.
Jim Wilson's asking about how hard it was to sell Randy on the snakebite angle. That was the epic story from the Joe Rogan podcast. So check that out. Because I don't even want you to have to tell that story again with how much energy you put into the Savage impersonation.
No, too much work right now.
Don't take no potions.
Yeah. No elixirs.
Elixir.
No
Like he was-
anti-venom.
Like he was a wizard from the
Yeah.
1500s. Elixirs. Oh, that's great. God bless him. Ray Ricafort, another one. Just signature, plus Trust Me, and Hall of Fame 2014. That's in, is that green with, or red? Green. There we go.
I got it.
We're burning through these orders. They're still coming in hot, though. 80swrestlingcon.com. We have Mr. Jake the Snake Roberts with us until 5 p.m. That's about another hour and 15 minutes. Get those orders in. Don't forget about all the great upcoming signings that are coming up the pike. Here we go, another WWE Mattel action figure, Jake the Snake Roberts. Adam Mural, green, just signature, Hall of Fame 2014. Was there one person who designed all of your tights, the various different
No.
tights? Or no, you.
I designed most of them.
Oh, okay. Steve Solid asking about the Jake the Snake Wrestling Buddies in the back. They are for sale at the Wrestling Collector in the coming days. So follow the Wrestling Collector on Instagram. Here we have a WWE trading card for Eli Burgess, black, just signature. These are the tights we were talking about, the infamous heel turn tights. He had a lot of hair back then, too. There we go. This
Yep.
Anthony Hall, the Hasbro, green, just signature. All right, green. Please sign for Bob with best wishes. Let's hear it.
This guy's okay. He's on the magazine guy.
He's going to sign every one of those?
No. It's a gift for Jake.
Oh.
From Bob the magazine guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, I'll read it out loud. All right, this is Mr. Tommy Fierro. Attention, Jake Roberts. Dear Tommy, thanks for the great work you are doing on these signings. I want to include a note of explanation about this package. I am sending the figure of Jake to be signed and returned and have attached a copy of my receipt. As to the stack of magazines, they are a gift to Jake. Years ago, Jake lost all his personal memorabilia, and I have been steadily replacing the magazines where he appears on the cover for him to share with his grandchildren and others. Each time I see him, I give him the ones I have collected in recent months, and he will know me as Bob the magazine guy. So those are for him to take with him and not to sign. Thanks, and give him my best. Sincerely, Bob Tyrer. Wow.
This guy is awesome, man.
Unbelievable.
I remember the first time he brought me one of these packages that was about that thick. I'm like, dude, you want all those signed? He goes, no, I'm giving those to you. I'm like, bullshit. He said, no.
Wow.
I heard you lost yours. I'm like, yeah, well, divorce is a funny animal, And ever since then, every time I see him, he's got a stack of them, man. He's probably given me 150 magazines.
Unbelievable.
They're always in great condition, and he never asked for anything. I mean, I've tried to give him stuff. I've tried to give him a t-shirt. He won't take my money. He won't take nothing.
That's unbelievable.
And Bob, I love you, man, because some things you just can't replace, man. And, but my grandkids are getting to see some stuff, man. They think Grandpa's a pretty cool cat, and they're right.
Well, we can see that at the Hall of Fame. That was the most touching thing to see. How old are they now?
7, 8.
Yeah, no, that's...
They're still fighting.
Oh, they're still fighting?
No, to live.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant fighting with each other.
No,
like
no,
kids.
no.
Ray Ricafort. Ray Ricafort. Just signature and trust me. Ray Ricafort. Oh, wow, look at this.
Yep.
You didn't get this at Payless. This is the real deal right here.
That's going to pay more.
Pay more. I saw the cowboy boot in Jackson. I thought it was Jackson, New Jersey. It's Jackson, Tennessee. They do wear cowboy boots in Jackson, New Jersey. Bryant Newell with the snakeskin boot. Bryant Newell, just signature in silver. There you go.
This will be fun.
Wow, how cool is this?
Yeah.
I might need it in like 15 minutes though.
think
Just
you
to-
would.
yeah. I just don't want to have the phone die during the chat. Daniel Fitzpatrick is 2021. Look how over Jake still is with the fans. All these autographs. Not only just all the autographs, the fan art. This has to be something that always touches you.
That's
Just see
cool, man.
different people's perspectives. This
I
is-
look Egyptian there.
yeah, there you go. It's like a Bangles music video. Michael Romero, San Diego, California.
Good name pull there. Pulling
Was the first thing that
Bengals out.
came to mind.
First thing that came to my mind was the comedian.
Oh, Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
Yeah, King Tut. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Funky Tut.
Yeah. Back when you were allowed to have fun and portray characters. Nowadays, it would be, oh, God, he's cultural appropriation of the Egyptians. Michael Smith, love you, Jake. You're looking good. Love from the UK. Brian Santoro. RJ Evans wants to know if you have any plans to manage anyone else in AEW.
No.
you
No.
go.
I think one's enough if you get the right one.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
I've got the right one. I see some big things in his future.
Oh, without a doubt.
He's an animal, man. Friggin' animal.
Jake the Snake Roberts. Now, was that your idea to work with him, or did they,
Nope.
when you signed with AEW,
They brought him to me.
Wow. Now, do you instantly click with someone like that? You know I can make this
No,
work?
lots of times it doesn't work, you know. And,
Yeah.
this is one of those things, you put them together and your hope is that they will mesh because they wanted him to have a mouthpiece. You know, because he does everything really well, but he lacks a little in interview work, you know. And the position they were going to put him in, he needed to be spot on the interviews and stuff. So they put me in that place for me to do that work and him to do everything else. But it's been a great process that we've done. He accepts my teachings. He listens to them. He tries to fit them in. He tries to understand them, and then he goes out and displays them. So that's more than I can ask for from anybody. You know?
You coming from the old school, I've always wondered this because there's nobody that denies that you're masterful when it comes to promos. So that's not something that gets taught. You either have it or you don't. You
Right.
can hone it, you can
Right.
play with it, but you have it or you don't. When you broke in during your time as a rookie, the first time you cut a promo, were they
was
like,
horrible?
oh, you were horrible.
Oh my God, I was.
So what was it that you were able to tap into that changed it all around? Was there one specific thing, or was it a lot of studying?
My dark side, you know, and my pain. I think when I tapped into my pain is when things started happening for me.
And did other guys, mentors of yours, notice that right away and say, "Hey, kid, keep that up"?
No, they were like,
What
happened to you
never
last
seen
night?
anything like that.
'Cause it was an overnight change. It happened.
Okay.
You know, I went from being this guy that you didn't hear him make a noise over here to being somebody you wanted to keep your eyes on because you didn't know what he's going to do next.
Wow. And especially if you could evoke that kind of emotion out of those characters
Yeah,
from back in those
yeah.
days, that's really saying a lot. This is a green just signature. All three of these are Tim from New Jersey. So we're going to have 3 in a row right here. Craig Wilbur says, did Jake have a favorite referee to have work his matches?
Yeah. Yeah, usually I'd pick somebody that I like to be with. Earl Hebner was very good, of course. Fonzie was an excellent referee.
Very good.
Excellent referee.
And a great heel manager. You wanted to crawl through the TV and choke the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Last time I saw him, he was on a court show with Missy Hyatt, and I haven't seen him since.
With who?
Missy Hyatt.
Oh my God.
I don't know if it was like one of those worked angles where they were, because I think a lot of those court shows, like, you know, Jerry Springer, it's the same thing. Half the stories are real, half are fake. They don't tell Jerry which is which.
Right.
Here's a poster for an evening with Jake the Snake Roberts. Tales from the road, in and out of the ring. That's actually a great promo shot right there. And that's for Jim from nearby Keyport, New Jersey. Where was this at the Second City in Toronto. You ain't messing around.
No.
Shit. I'm gonna have you get me into some venues.
We can do that.
Oh, wow. All right, so you
Oh,
were
wait,
talking.
I didn't do the HOF.
He was talking earlier about being roommates with Bret the Hitman Harsh in Calgary. So here we have from May 1979, the Stampede Wrestler Monthly. It was $1.50. And here we have, right next to each other, Jake Roberts and Bret the Hitman Hart. I'm assuming this was around the time you guys lived
Yeah.
together? There you go. Almost kind of have like a blackjack kind of a look going on
Foo
there.
going on, man.
Yeah, there you go.
I made a fool of myself.
Shannon Hunter wants to know, what is the strangest thing you ever signed?
I can't tell you.
All right. I figured we were going to be going there. Matt Sheff in New York, New York.
And it wasn't a taint.
Jake and the Road Warriors and King Kong Bundy all the Legion of Doom at one point? Yeah.
No.
No, you were not?
Jake Roberts, Paul Ellering, Road Warriors, and the Spoiler
Okay.
were the Legion of Doom.
Bundy wasn't involved?
Bundy was never Legion of Doom. In fact, we turned Bundy babyface.
Okay. I miss him. He was another character.
He'd been called fat, and that's how we turned him babyface.
Oh, there we go.
Because Ellering was calling him fat, a pig, a slob. And Ellering was stating that we're all athletes in Legion of Doom. So the next week, Paul went on television and did step-ups
Oh, wow.
for the whole 2-hour show. Commercial breaks and all.
Well, he's another nut. He doesn't
And he was reading the Wall Street Journal while he did it.
Doesn't he do like bobsledding, the Iditarod?
Yeah. He got his eyeballs frozen. He almost went blind.
Oh my gosh.
If the very guy had not rescued him, he would have been blind.
Unbelievable.
Because the guy that rescued him was an eye specialist. And he knew that his fucking eyeballs were frozen.
Unbelievable.
They'd iced him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
It's too much for me, bro.
Devin Ashman
Of
wants
course, after you manage the fucking Road Warriors, you're ready for anything anyway, you know?
Devin Ashton wants to know who's on Jake's Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling. Those questions always, they're tough because there's so many different things.
No, there's too many things involved.
Exactly.
I'm not going there.
All right. Green, just signature. Who's this for? I guess it doesn't matter because it's just the signature. Hall of Fame 2014. Guys, also please remember that we have been here since 2 o'clock, so there are some questions that you're asking that may have been, asked already, answered already. And so you can go to 80swrestlingcon.com in the coming days and watch this entire signing over again. And the WrestleMania 7 program, of course, this is the blindfold match between Jake Roberts and Rick the Model Martel. Obviously, you were able to see under those things. The way that you guys sold that was just masterfully done as well. I love when Martel backed into the turnbuckle, thought that it was you, came around, hit it with the chair, sold the knuckles. That was just so much fun to watch.
It was fun.
And then, of course, WrestleMania 5, the Mega Powers Explode program. Of course, Jake the Snake Roberts versus Andre the Giant. Big John Studd is the special guest referee.
And don't forget the Red Rooster.
Versus Bobby the Brain Heenan, his former manager. Yes, Beth Rooney, I told him your friend owned 2 snakes because of him. I thought you were watching when that happened. I read your text out loud. Steven Singleton. 2 Steven and Silver. John Scott. I remember seeing Jake in Glasgow for the WWF Rampage Tour in the early 90s.
That was an interesting tour. We were in Birmingham, and I'm getting ready to walk through the curtains. It's like a big stage, and you walk through the curtains, through the people, through the ring, and I'm getting ready to go. Waiting for my music to start. And I hear these people, and I look, guy and some kid, man, behind me going, "He was having an autograph," and I'm like, "Motherfucker, get the fuck out of here, man! I'm fixing to go to the ring. Goddamn, what the fuck are you doing back here?" They hit my music. I'm like, "Holy shit!" The curtain's opening. The guys start scooting and running, and I take off. Do my fucking gig, come back. Everybody's like, "Man, was that a treat?" Like, what? You didn't see him?
Oh, no.
Like, see who?
I think I know where this might be going.
Lead singer of Led Zeppelin. You just told him and his kid to fuck off.
I wasn't going there. I was hoping it was a member of the royal family or something like
No,
that.
it was worse.
When Jake told Prince Charles to fuck off, he was all ears. Anyway. Emile Menard. Emile. Sorry, it's fun to make fun of the royal family again. It's topical for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like when Diana died, you know?
Yeah, well, that.
I was over there, and
Oh, you were living there when that happened?
yeah, and I said, "Man, that's a horrible thing the Queen did." And they're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Well, she made Diana change her name to Princess Dead instead of Princess Died. She's like, "You fucking asshole." And then I was like, "Did you hear about Diana and some pope getting into it with God because Diana had a bigger halo than he did?" And then God explains that wasn't a halo, that was a steering wheel.
Oh, boy.
And
Oh, he's got more. The trifecta. Here we go.
do you know why they don't paint the inside of the tunnels over there?
Oh,
They just put dye in them.
yeah. Yeah, it's like
In England.
yeah, that's like the coroner knew that she had dandruff because her head and shoulders were in the back. Anyway, all right, enough. Stop. Okay, I blame him. He's a bad influence. For as positive and inspirational as he is, he's a bad influence.
Now look at that magazine.
Andy Hammerlink, Jim Duggan's wrestling career ended. Kamala on the back, Jake Roberts on the front with Nord the Barbarian, who already signed it. So there you go.
Yeah. Oh my God, man.
Major League Wrestling. Lee James, your buddy from the UK. Jake, your jokes get worse. Yeah, well, I mean, usually when, you know, they're directed at you, I don't like them that much. 80swrestlingcon.com. Don't forget about 80s Wrestling, the podcast. #1 in Qatar. #3 in Gibraltar. #4 in Afghanistan. Huge, climbing up the ranks. 80swrestlingcon.com. Check out 80s Wrestling, the podcast. Tommy Fierro and Jumpin' Jay bringing you a new episode. This past week's episode dedicated to the career of Jake the Snake Roberts. Give that a listen on your favorite podcast platform. iTunes, Spotify, you name it, it's on there.
I like to go through these to see how many of us are still alive.
No, take your time, enjoy. For all of you asking the questions about the titles, we talked about that earlier. Certain guys didn't need the title. That's the other thing that bothers me about fans nowadays, this mindset that if somebody isn't a multi-time world champion, they didn't get their push. Well, guess what? If everyone's a world champion, then being world champion doesn't mean shit. You know? Oh, so-and-so was wasted by somebody. Why were they wasted? They were a 6-time Intercontinental champ, 5-time tag champ in three years. Yeah. Mail in for Don Wilson. Please sign on front. Bubble on top of figure. Please use green paint pen if possible. So green, just signature. Jake the Snake Roberts.
On the top of the figure?
You know what? You want to double check that one? Just for the instructions. Kyle James says the best creative wrestler in wrestling. Hard to argue that one. Thank you, Kyle. Daniel Fitzpatrick says, Jake, are there any wrestlers that come to mind that were scared the most of the snake getting put on them?
Kamala.
Really?
Never happened.
Okay.
He would not have it.
Bob Orton told us a story on Monday night that Junkyard Dog was deathly afraid, and you actually put the snake under the bathroom stall.
No, we went over the top.
Over the top, okay.
Yeah, and I was a stupid son of a bitch because I wanted to see his reaction when it hit him, right? So I'm peeking through a crack. That's stupid. He's coming out of there really fast.
Oh.
He fucking blasted me right in the face with that door, man.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and Craig George had mentioned Iron Mike Sharp being very afraid of the snake.
Yeah, well, Sharp didn't like anything that had disease or dirt or anything.
Yeah.
Like he's like one of those clean freaks, man.
All right, here we have the
Guy had opened up his suitcase and 30 rolls of toilet paper, soap, 10 bars of soap.
Yeah. He had a school in my hometown in New Jersey, and he was a funny guy. The stories he would tell, I told last week, but he would just tell us, like, because he would do a Superstars taping on that Saturday. You'd see him a week later, and the stories were just so wild. Oh, I was wrestling Davy Boy, the British Bulldog. Remember Bulldog used to have the braids? He goes, I chopped him and his hair broke. Beads everywhere. He would always get
We would actually call it a story time with Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they used to prank call, Donnie B used to prank call the video store that was next to Sharp's school. I'd be like, oh, I'm looking for this tape of me. Vince McMahon owes me royalties. That poor man. But here's the WWE Encyclopedia, which I believe they re-release every year now, which is pretty amazing. And there's Jake the Snake Roberts, full page.
I'm still in there, wow.
And you're looking at the company that you're keeping. Jack Tunney, Jackie Gata, who was gorgeous. And, of course, Jacqueline, who's probably tougher than most male wrestlers of her era.
Damn straight.
Yeah, Jackie Gata, that was one who got me right in the feels.
She'll look like that no more.
What's that?
She'll look like that no more.
Oh, stop it. I don't care. Hey, not all of us improve with age like me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, now. Whoa, watch out. Let's go back to that chat. Now everyone's still having the conversation. Him and Roddy never needed the belts. Guys, we know the belts. We talked about that. Shannon Hunter, didn't a cobra get loose at DDP's house? Was it the cobra or was it the python?
It was a python.
Still, it's pretty scary shit.
Yeah, when they had 3 cats.
Nicholas De Silva in Canada. Red, Jake the Snake Roberts, WWE Hall of Fame 2014. Kyle James, the greatest talker in the business. Sorry, Ric Flair. Hey, look, but they're two different characters. That's why even before when the Mount Rushmore was talked about, what's the criteria? I always say that if somebody who even hates wrestling can take notice of a Jake Roberts promo and be moved by it, that to me automatically means that's a great promo. So yeah, of course, Ric Flair, but totally different style. I mean, some apples and oranges.
He's the shout style.
There you go.
And he needed props.
There you go. Right? The Rolex, the suit.
And the girls.
There you go.
The airplane. Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. And here's another thing. How many times was Ric Flair world champion? 17 times or something like that?
16, I believe.
16 times. You know, that doesn't impress me. What impresses me is somebody holds it for once for a period of time.
Yeah.
But if you got beat 16 times, that means there's 16 people out there fucking better than you are.
That's another way of looking at it, absolutely. Yeah.
Sorry, Rick. Your daughter, on the other hand, is kick ass.
Oh, yeah, she's unbelievable. Nicholas De Silva, January 1990 edition of the WWF magazine. He wants black. Jake the Snake Roberts, WWE Hall of Fame 2014. Marvin Gale says, Jake, what happened to Damian Lucifer the Cobra and the White Python Revelations? They all belong to that crazy guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvin, check out Jake on the Joe Rogan Experience. He tells a fascinating story about the snake handler, and really, really exciting stuff. Nicholas De Silva, this is the February 1988 Jake the Snake Roberts on the cover of the magazine. WWF's Lethal Loner. There you go. That's blue. Blue. We can go over it. Wade Fuller, thank you, Jake, for all the great matches and awesome promos. Such great memories. Guys, bear with me. I get texts from the boss. I get the chat. I got to keep track of this. We're going to get to as many people as we can. Augustin Filipponi says, I think Jake said Vince promised him the Pat Patterson spot once. If that would have happened, what changes would you have made to the WWE?
A ton.
A ton.
A ton.
Now, did he give Pat that same kind of freedom? Like, I mean,
No.
I know that they were right, they worked close together, but could Pat really change Vince's mind on stuff? No.
He could maneuver it. But he listened to Pat,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have lasted long. Vince would have fired me.
Yeah? You're convinced of that?
No, that's what happened.
Well, but did you actually ever get that spot? Or no? It was
No.
you. Okay.
No, I was part of the creative team.
Okay.
You know.
Now, with that, you don't have to name names, but the creative team, was that other wrestlers or were those outside writers at that time?
One was a manager,
Okay.
Jim Cornette.
So there was people in the business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Jerry Briscoe. Oh God. Anyway, yeah.
So, yeah, it wasn't Hollywood writers, at least. Joe Trefan. Joe. Damian Miller. Wow, Jake the Snake. Greetings from Damian in New Zealand. What up, Damian Miller? Jeremy Gibson wants to know, will there be a Jake Roberts action figure in AEW?
Yep.
There you go. '80swrestlingcon.com. We have the online store still up and running, right, Tom?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're going to be here with Mr. Roberts till about 5 p.m. Tad Graville with the Micro Brawlers. Say that 4 times fast. Reading just signature.
Get some air going in here. Is that possible?
Yeah, it is getting a little warm.
And then I'm taking a break.
Okay, no problem. Wow, this is pretty wild. The WrestleMania 2 program. Before we sign this, can you guys make out? This is like handwriting all over. I do not want this to get screwed up.
Yeah.
I don't want this to get signed in the wrong place. There's a bunch of difference from Michael D. 8x10s we can do over. Your personal memorabilia, I don't want to mess with.
Exactly. Oh, God. All right, there we go. Anywhere in here.
What color?
Black? Yeah, might as well do black. Signature. And then, yeah, just your signature. That's it.
Excuse me. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in. You gonna take a break now?
Yeah.
All right. Jake the Snake Roberts is going to take another break. And I'm being joined, it looks like, by Nikos Rikos. And I think when Jake comes back, I think Nikos is going to sit with Jake for a few minutes as well. And
oh, you got a bathroom run going?
yeah, you know, I like to urinate. It's a lot of water, and
okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of water. It's a lot of coffee. You know,
We just like to urinate.
yeah,
Okay.
you know, that's what happens. So great job earlier today with the Orient Express. I like the perspective that you can give because, you know, Tommy Fierro, he was the wrestling promoter. I was the ring announcer and manager. It's always nice to see from a wrestler perspective. Was there anything that you picked up on from them just by sitting with them for the 2 hours that you did?
I mean, I'm a big fan of like the podcasts and whatnot. You know, such as like Tommy's 80s wrestling podcast, of course.
Nice.
And I love hearing the stories. And it's cool, like, you know, since being a wrestler over the years, like doing seminars and whatnot, all that stuff is cool. Being able to just be in like a more relaxed environment where it's not like you're listening to the guys because they're in an interview, or you're listening to them because they're there to teach you, you know, at a seminar or at the school. Like, they're there just kind of relaxed and whatnot.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, like, the kind of just the atmosphere of it and having them, like, just kind of whatever, dish on whatever. And also, too, as it's coming in.
Yeah.
It's not like in certain settings they know kind of what to expect. Like, if it's, again, like a seminar, it's going to be training questions or advice, but it's just rolling in live.
Yeah.
And people have different random questions or comments and whatnot, and hearing them have to deal with it really like on the fly. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like, too, especially with what's been going on for the pandemic, everybody watching this, doesn't matter, you don't have to be a wrestler, you don't have to be a comedian. Every single person in some way or another, to different varying degrees, has been affected by this pandemic, right? And I know that as a comic, you know, now that I'm starting to do some shows a little bit more regularly as we open up, the comics that haven't seen each other in even just a year, we love being able to get together and reminisce and tell stories. So when we see these guys, I've said it several times today, that haven't seen each other in 20 years, that had such a close bond, it is so cool. I mean, that moment with Skinner and Haku, I mean, you saw, I was laughing my ass off for 3 hours because it was just watching two bros reunite, have fun, and, you know, here I am going, oh my God, I was 6 watching these guys, and now I'm sitting here, and I'm just watching them have fun with each other, and it's just such a super cool thing to see. So again, silver linings in the pandemic, because as much as we want regular 80s Wrestling Con to come back, these virtual signings can't go anywhere because you're getting things through this that you wouldn't be able to get in person.
And what's cool is that I've been going to signings since I'm probably 8 years old. And what's different about the virtual signings, regardless of a pandemic or not, is the thing is when you go to a signing, the clock is ticking the second you get up there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You have 10 seconds probably to get that autograph, get that picture, and maybe you can say something. I mean, there's been signings where I literally just went up there and it was, guy passed it off, he looked at whoever it was, shook my hand, maybe leaned in for the picture.
Yeah, and they're always awkward looking photos
and
too.
yeah,
Like
I mean,
in front of a table.
I'm like 13 with Lesnar, and I'm like this, and he's just like looking at the ceiling, like he's totally wasn't having
with the marker in his hand. Like,
he just was not thrilled. Other guys are super cool, but either way, you have like seconds, literally. You don't even get 30 seconds to stand there and say, hey, I really like this, or asking them a question. You can show your appreciation, and you got to move on because there's somebody right behind you in line. So when you do the virtual stuff, you know, then you get to, you know, ask a question, you know, get them to answer it live, you know, while they're signing your thing, or even if you're just tuning in.
Yeah.
Like, it's just cool to hear them, like, be able to have an interaction with you that in person you really don't get at an autograph signing.
Yeah,
It's just not
and
possible,
fans,
really.
I think, for the most part, are understanding. I mean, the only convention that when I used to do the ring roasts, those were part of the Legends of the Ring convention in Jersey, so I worked those. But then when Tommy put together his 80s Wrestling Con, I remember going there specifically because Mike from Howell, my buddy Mike Tarras, they're indie workers. They were working for Tommy, corralling the guys, doing the pickups and whatnot, and they were telling me, like, oh, all right, this guy, I'll talk to you for 5 minutes or whatever, but he's not too cool with the pictures. And then you have a guy like Sergeant Slaughter who'd be like, all right, we're going to do one with the thumbs up. We're going to do one where I put you in the Cobra Clutch, one pointing at the G.I. Joe. So again, you're dealing with all types of different personalities, and it's interesting to get to meet all these different characters. And when I say characters, I don't mean just the gimmicks. I mean, if you are in this business, you're a character.
Right.
You know, if you're a professional wrestler, if you're a comic, an actor, there's something that's a little loose, I mean,
In order to do it, though, no,
Yeah.
you have to be.
oh, without a doubt.
I mean, just the fact that, like even myself, like we're dressed. I was just actually messaging with one Sean Donovan while this signing was taking place.
Name dropper.
He sent something in for the Orient Express that got signed, and we were messing around about our collections and stuff. And I was like, we have to be the biggest, quote unquote, like the marks. I mean, the biggest ones, meaning even the workers, because we're the ones that are, jokingly, of course, you're saying it. We're the ones that decide to actually get dressed up and do
Yeah,
it.
but you know what? First
and
of
like
all-
risk injury and whatnot. Like it's all we're all different fans to different extents. It's all, it's like
Yeah,
one
I
big
never
crazy
understood.
family.
I never understood that mindset. I mean, first of all, I don't know Sean Donovan personally, but when I look at him, I mean, the guy looks like a professional wrestler, which nowadays I think that automatically puts you above. But I never understood that logic, and I dealt with it with guys that I worked with in Jersey. Yo guy that always did the whole, you don't be a mark. What? You're in this business because you love it, and I always use the analogy of, when the Yankees would do Old Timers Day, did they tell Derek Jeter, you better not fucking go up to Mickey Mantle? No.
Right,
They didn't
I
exactly.
hate that term.
What?
I hate that term.
What term?
Mickey Mantle. Oh,
Look, it's fun when you're goofing with your buddies and you go,
Yeah.
you're such a mark,
I just embrace it. I'm like, you
Yeah.
can call me that. I'm like, I decided to do. I don't, call me a super fan,
Yeah.
Mark, whatever. All right.
There's a lot of
Go
bitter
for it.
guys in this
I'm like-
business, and most of the time they're bitter indie guys that never got above that indie level that want
Right.
to tell you, no, don't go get your picture taken with that guy. Well, are you kidding me?
Right.
No other sport, no other entertainment. You'll never see a rock band go, I can't take a picture with the guy I'm opening for. It's just such a ridiculous thing.
I'll tell you what, when I was younger,
Tommy Fierro,
all my conventions I ran, I had opportunities I had Bruno Sammartino, I had Bobby Heenan, I had everybody. And I never wanted to take a picture with him back then because I didn't want people to think that
To bust your balls.
Yeah. Now I go out of my way to make sure I get a picture with every guy I work with for the memories. So I wish I could have done it differently.
See, I never knew you got to meet Heenan. I'm jealous of that.
I had him twice actually.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's Bobby Heenan is the one guy. I mean, I get starstruck for several guys, but I mean, Bobby Heenan's the one guy that I'm so pissed.
I'll
I
tell you how
never
cool
had a chance
Bobby was. Both times I used him, he didn't even ask me what he was getting paid.
to- Oh wow.
That's how cool he was.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's a guy.
Obviously, I took very good care of him, but he never
Yeah.
asked what the pay was when I booked him.
Did he have other stuff in the area, or did he just
No,
come
I
in
just
specific?
him in. They
Oh
never asked
wow,
when he was getting paid.
that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But yeah, that's the thing. I love meeting different personalities, and it's fun to see guys warm up. You never know what you're going to get, but we're
Right.
having a great time. Do you want to move over into my chair while I use the
No, it's
bathroom?
all right. It's all right. Sit right there. Sit right there. I need to sit down over here for a few minutes.
Oh, okay. So we're going to keep it going, and then I'll come back. 80swrestlingcon.com.
Would you like to use the bathroom? And maybe do you want Vicky and I to take over?
Yeah,
for a
Vicky,
few
can
minutes?
you come take a seat for a minute or two?
Yeah.
Or 5 or 10? I mean, the way this girl talks, it could start off with 5 and then be 24.
Well, it's going to start with her lunging over the table like Gilbert Gottfried energy and freaking out.
She's not wearing cheetah today, but she's still.
I got
moving
called
like one.
out by Emil for that.
I'll be
And
right
that's a fan called me out for that.
Almost everybody in terms of calling you out.
Yes, it's a common occurrence these days.
Yep.
I'm used to it.
So how are you feeling regarding being that the big day is here? I mean, obviously Tommy puts on awesome virtual signings, but today, was and is virtual mania, the biggest one. This has been what? It's going to end up being an 8-hour day
Yeah.
by my math.
Yep.
I mean, nice Sunday afternoon. I mean, how do you think it's going so far between the signings earlier, what we have still in progress right now with the legendary Jake the Snake?
I can easily say that I've learned quite a bit as a wrestler, a performer, learning the history more, and just kind of hearing these guys and what they have to say. And when you were on with Orient Express as well, they had a lot of good things to say. So far, I'm absorbing every single thing that's been said today. It's a real treat, honestly. Not only for the fans, but for us as well. People who are in the business. It's truly an honor to be here and whatnot. So I've been excited for this for months now. So for it to finally be here and actually coming to a close is kind of it's like sign forever.
I think it's been the most. I'll just keep talking. We'll go. So we'll go right over
I'm
that.
corny, guys. All right,
Well,
leave me alone.
well-
Jesus, I just look good.
I was just trying to talk over you just to cover up for that, as I'm also watching
It's all right.
Michael right
He
behind the
just
camera.
collapsed. He just collapsed
Michael-
with complete
Right.
and utter shame for me.
right behind
That's all
the
right, guys.
camera react, which is the best part of my day. But no, I think this has
Why?
been...
Because it's making fun of me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you made fun of yourself. He was just, period at the end of the sentence with his reaction. But I've only been involved in a few of these now. Knock on wood, we'll continue to. And this has been the most fun one so far. Like, I compared it earlier to, I love watching, like, the Two Bears, One Cave podcast with the comedians Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer.
Oh,
and I love how when I watch them, it's just the two of them, and in the background, when they're rocking and rolling, you hear the staff, like, and this hollowed laughter
In the
taking place in the
background,
back, laughing at what they're talking about, and that's how I felt like earlier with, and really through all three, but really like Haku and Skinner.
Yep.
The way that everybody was laughing, like, I'd love to go back and hear our laughter in the back.
Yeah.
Like, you, me, Mike, Tommy, like, I feel like just besides what was going on camera, you could probably feel the energy, like, of just the people not on camera.
This whole day needs to be rewatched for sure, because this was just amazing. And that particular signing was just, like I said before, it was like comedy hour. Like, there was just no, I didn't take a breath. Like, I was laughing the entire time. So
when you move forward, like, to another rare, like, Orient Express, like, when's the last time they've been, really together? You know what I mean? Like, they were even, what I took away from that one too, even if I wasn't hosting that one, was the fact that they were, like, I noticed that they were kind of picking up or learning things that they didn't, like, know. Like, I kept joking, like, Pat was, like, finding some stuff out from Paul. He's like, wait, what? He's like, when? He's like, what was that? Like, he had to, he wasn't even, in a funny way, he wasn't sure about certain things. And, like, he was, like, reconfirmed, so he was even finding some stuff out along the way. And, of course, as we're in progress with Jake, who's had some interesting quips so far that has had us laughing. I'm talking about the one specifically that he's made potentially towards you, which has had us all dying so far.
Hey, that's okay. I'm here for jokes. That's cool.
It's been a fun day here so far. But coming up, this past Virtual Mania, the next one, who do we have coming up? We have the ECW.
The Extreme
coming up.
signing. That is going to be, I mean, let's put it this way. You have Virtual Mania, the Extreme signing. This is just like, it's like amazing. These are things that, like, you have to look forward to. Again, like, guys, I'm going to plug it. Not too late. Get those orders in. 80swrestlingcon.com.
And we are still going with Jake. So,
Yes,
we are in progress with it. So, just like she said, 80swrestlingcon.com. Continue to get those orders in. You have time, but there's only so much time. We eventually did have to close that store down for Haku and Skinner earlier. So, sense of urgency, folks. And I'm going to turn on the Facebook Live right now myself so you can take over.
I absolutely love the 80s wrestling fans. I say it all the time, and I say it every single time. This 80s wrestling family, we are a family behind the scenes, the fans, everybody. We make this whole thing happen. As I always say, Tommy's the man of the hour. This is all a real treat for all of us, and I'm just so happy to be a part of this family. And again, guys, this is what you're gonna get with Tommy. You're gonna get back-to-back amazing signings. As I always say, epic. That's just what I say. That's what I do. So take advantage of it, guys. And I think I might be removing myself from this camera.
We're going to pass it back to Ryan and Jake the Snake.
We have fun here, guys. Much love. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get your orders in.
Thanks, guys.
That was a lot of fun. I hope I get his phone number after that. Hey now. Oh, sorry, we're back on the live. All right.
Still in the bathroom, yeah.
All right.
He's still in there, okay.
Okay, so now we are picking up. Thank you to Vicious Vicky and Nikos Ricos. So here we have Matthew Jenkins from Wheelersburg, Ohio. Just signature. 80swrestlingcon.com. Get those orders in, I believe. Is the store still open, Tommy? It's 4:30?
Yeah, a couple more minutes.
Couple more minutes. You know what? What the hell? It's Sunday. We're having fun. Sunday fun day. All right, Michael Goldberg. To Mike and Ethan, never trust a snake DDT in green. Stick with green for this. Chris Karcher, he's our Hasbro guy. He had the boxed Skinner earlier today. And now the Jake the Snake Roberts Hasbro action figure. Kyle James, great job, 80s Wrestling, for bringing back old school wrestling and letting us interact with our favorites. Kyle, thank you. If you guys didn't want it, we wouldn't be able to do it. Joe Navarez, silver, just signature, master of the DDT. Starting to see some comments about not seeing photos come through, memorabilia. Guys, we have a lot of ground to cover. Just be patient, bear with us. Your stuff will get signed. Royal Rumble 1992 poster, arguably the greatest Royal Rumble. Awesome cover art. Jake the Snake Roberts right there.
We're doing red on that.
Red. I'm sorry, didn't specify.
Okay.
What's that? There's another one. I don't know if
It works.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
And this one is, well, it's a, I guess you say that and then just
Yeah.
sign it? Okay.
Yeah, just sign your signature, but if you could actually say that,
You what now?
it would like you to say that out loud.
Happy birthday. It's the 13th birthday. Lucky 13 to Audrina. Yes,
Varela.
that's what I said.
Bill.
Bill.
Bill,
Hope you're enjoying your day, sweetheart. You deserve it.
All right. Oh, wow. There you go. Store's still open for a few more minutes, 80swrestlingcon.com. While you're there, check out the list of the upcoming signings. Find out how you can ship your memorabilia to us. We can have the talent sign it and get it back to you. Here's another WWE encyclopedia. This is a section dedicated to championship wrestling from Florida. Great picture of Jake the Snake right there. Wants it, sign it big in green. Sign it big in green. Thank you for the kind words, John Thomas. Much appreciated. We're only as good as the guests that we have, though, so thank you to all the talent today. Haku, Skinner, Jake the Snake Roberts, of course, the Orient Express earlier, Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond with Nikos. These guys love the appreciation from their fans and giving it back. Look, another LJN that I didn't have. I was deprived.
That's on there, I'm
I
sorry.
had Bundy, Sheik, Hogan. Here's the LJN Jake the Snake Roberts action figure, black, just signature, Hall of Fame, 2014. The 80swrestlingcon.com online store open for a few more minutes. Don't forget 80s Wrestling, the podcast, available on all your favorite podcast platforms. Right here, we got Steve Maudlin, green, just signature, trust me. David Rosenthal wants to know, when you finally went heel, well, not finally, but when you went heel in 1991 versus Warrior, Savage, etc., were there any plans to finally get to Hogan? Did they tell you anything about that? Or
No, getting the Warrior. Hogan wasn't available.
there you go. Jake Roberts, please sign Jake the Snake Roberts in black Sharpie. There you go. Oh, wow, how badass is this?
Right?
I got a bunch of those.
Oh, yeah? This was released by WWF, or is this fan art?
Fan art.
Oh, this is so cool. I don't know if you guys... Oh, this is for our buddy Bubba Call. Avid 80s Wrestling Con fan. Loves busting me and Tommy Fierro's chops on Facebook. Very funny guy, Bubba Call. This is really, really cool. Good stuff. Blue, just signature. Michelle Varela says, Audrina is so happy she is crying. Thank you, Jake the Snake. Happy birthday, Audrina.
I love making girls cry. No.
All right, so here are the white wrestling boots. We had $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, sign them in red. Green, just signature for Mr. Jake the Snake Roberts. And I guess he's signing both of these. Oh, in Hall of Fame 2014. That was, by the way, wonderful. The little rib you pulled on DDP, where you told him, I'm not going to be doing the Rumble, but I am going to be in the Hall of Fame. That was some cool stuff. Oh, yeah. Have you seen this? The chalk line stuff? They have so many of these jackets.
I have an Andre one.
Do you really?
Yeah, Tommy get it.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, and there's a company out of Hoboken called the Roosevelts. I have a bunch of their shirts that are really fun. They have a...
Oh, the Roosevelts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a line with WWE. There's a new one with Macho Man, the one from him on the beach.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
Deep Thoughts.
Yeah,
I think they're called.
I have to get that one. I think it'll bring out my eyes.
He sent me a bunch of Goonies shirts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta find out how to start using my Instagram influence to get free shit. Everybody else is getting free shit except me.
Absolutely.
Augustine, we talked about Alice Cooper earlier on, so 80swrestlingcon.com. The next few days you'll see that. This is the chalk line Jake the Snake Roberts jacket. I don't want to unfold it or mess it up, but he wants black signature and Hall of Fame. That's for Jim in Keyport, New Jersey.
What'd you say? So, I guess right there would be good.
Can you stretch it for me?
I'm sure we can. You know what? Let's open it up.
No, it's just leave it right there. That's good.
I don't need everybody in the back, but it is what it is.
Plumber's crack.
That's it.
Oh, look at that ass. Ian Levy.
That's it.
That's his moneymaker.
That's not America's ass.
80swrestlingcon.com. That's a great ass. Timothy Crouch, that canvas piece is nice. Yeah, that's the thing that I find. Probably because I
We
also
got the name. That's what we need.
also can't draw for shit, so I always love the fan art. Do we have? Yeah, of course we've got more stuff.
More. I'll be bringing them down the line. Articles flag.
Last call.
Last call for the store. You want to lay that out
Yeah, of
while I do the
course.
plug? 80swrestlingcon.com. This is your last call to place an order for an autographed Jake the Snake Roberts photograph.
Going.
The flag.
Is that Rob from Australia or no?
Nope. This is article.
Because I actually missed Rob earlier. He sent me a message on Facebook. Sorry about that, Rob.
Right over here.
There you go.
Yep.
Don't forget about all the great upcoming Monday night virtuals that are going to be coming up. 80swrestlingcon.com. We're going to be having that ECW original one. That's going to be a lot of fun. Big round table. All the ECW superstars. As I look at our production man, and he goes, how the hell am I going to shoot that? He'll figure it out. He can do anything. 80swrestlingcon.com.
This is Angel Keller poster.
I'll let you handle that.
blue. And just your signature. Like it down.
Chaz Biolio, how much for a buddy? Chaz, those will be on sale at the Wrestling Collector in the next coming days. I don't know the price offhand. Maybe Tommy Fierro does. Tommy, when the buddies go on sale at the Collector, do you know how much they're going to be, or
Still deciding.
still deciding? So there you go. Make him an
It will
offer.
be signed up.
It will be signed by Jake the Snake Roberts. So make him an offer he can't refuse.
Anyone that wants the rest of it, send me a DM right now.
I'm sorry?
If anyone wants it, they can DM us.
If any of you are interested in one of the Jake the Snake signed wrestling buddies, DM Tommy Fierro right now. Make him an offer he cannot refuse, and then we will see what happens from there. Uh-oh. What is this? Is that a lifelike Damien?
Yeah, exactly. This from Trevor Moser. Sent a few things in here.
Okay. Oh, wow. He's got like a whole cosplay going on here. He's got...
Actually, let me do Robert Williams' chair before I...
Oh, okay. So...
This is going to be in silver.
All right.
We'll keep that away.
Is the poster behind us for sale, or no? Is that a meal?
No, that's a meal.
That's our man a meal. So sorry, Greg. Poster behind us is not for sale.
This one's prepared. Green over here, just a signature.
All right. Here is the WWE Encyclopedia. Wants your signature right there.
Where?
I believe right there. Any specific color? Or?
Green's good.
Green's good. Any chance for a Jake versus Sting rematch in AEW?
God, oh, God. I couldn't stand it.
Another coal miner's glove?
No, exactly.
I always heard this as a rumor, and you can confirm. Is it true that that wheel wasn't gimmicked? You guys really had no idea
It
what
wasn't gimmicked.
So
That's what I'm like, really? Why can't we gimmick the wheel? Well, we want fans to...
and some of the options on that wheel.
The coal miner's glove is the worst.
And that was one of the few WCW pay-per-views that I had bought, because I mean they were $30 a month, so I was always a WWE guy. But you went over, I wanted to see you wrestle Sting, and when you hear a coal miner's glove, you're like, what's this going to be in a cave? Like, what's going on? And then when you saw what it was, you're like, well, I think it gets shit on a little unnecessarily. You guys made it work. When you have guys like Jake Roberts and Sting in the ring, it's not going to be bad. I just feel like it fell flat compared to what it was built up to.
Yeah.
All right, so we can use this blue paint pen
Okay.
on this.
All right.
I just noticed that.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
interesting. So this is a figure that's in the box, blue paint pen. It's for Trevor Moses in Pennsylvania, but I guess this is an extremely rare figure because your body's backwards. And it's
Yeah,
in the
lower
box
body.
backwards. So
Wow.
somebody call Mattel. Blue paint pen. You got some funny knees, son.
I got a nice ass.
Yeah, definitely.
What an ass.
Man, forget wrestling. You could join the circus. Look at that. And here we go with the...
First time you could look down and see this ass.
This is pretty cool.
It's from Halloween.
So this is from Spirit of Halloween, maybe? There. This is the full Jake the Snake Halloween costume. There you go.
They did a little marketing there, didn't they?
All right, blue paint pen, Jake the Snake Roberts. Never trust a snake, Damien. I don't know if there's a specific spot that they want that.
I guess anywhere on the snake.
All right.
Didn't specify. Signer's choice.
80swrestlingcon.com. How much time they have left?
1 minute.
1 minute, 60 seconds to get those orders in. 80swrestlingcon.com. Nick Goldman, Jake, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Top, man. Don't forget, some of you that are just joining us, we only have about 18 minutes left total with Jake, I believe, but you can check out this whole 3-hour signing in the coming days at 80swrestlingcon.com.
Oh, but that was a great idea, the snake.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
And then here's the last item that Trevor sent in.
And what's that? Oh, the tights.
The tights.
That
Look
is
at that.
the full costume.
Ooh.
All right.
And this is going to be in black, so I got the pen for that. And he's got a couple things, links.
So you want
Excuse me. All right, guys, the store is now officially closed for Jake the Snake Roberts, but don't forget, you can still check out the store, 80swrestlingcon.com, check out all the upcoming signings, figure out how you can ship us your memorabilia. We'll have the talent sign it, ship it back to you. Also, you can order photos now in advance for all of the great upcoming signings that we have
This side, welcome to the snake.
through 80s Wrestling Con. Daniel Fitzpatrick saying, Ryan, what's your favorite feud Jake was involved in? I loved the Randy Savage feud. I loved the Rick Martel feud. I think, and the fact that they were both pretty much back to back almost. You know, we had Earthquake in the middle, but from two completely different extremes. Ultimate babyface underdog, recovering from blindness, to evil heel, putting a cobra in a wedding gift. And to think that all happened within a few months' span is pretty amazing. We got anything else?
Yeah.
Oh, some loose Hasbros.
Oh, Jesus, I hate signing these. So hard to sign, man.
Yeah, it's not a very big space.
Actually, what we're going to do, before we do those, let's do this and this.
What we got here?
We're going to do, this is to Emil,
Yeah.
number one 80s wrestling fan. We're going to do it in green.
Craig Southall's asking, what's it like to be number 2 in the Taker streak? Craig, I'm not going to speak on behalf of Jake, but I don't think they really even acknowledged the streak until it was already up to, like, what, 15? Or something like that. It was pretty high up, and they were like, hey, you know what? Undertaker never lost.
Yeah.
Matt Stevens, today has been awesome. Thank you, Jake, Ryan, Tommy, and everyone with 80s Wrestling. Once again, Matt, it says it above your name, top fan. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. So if you keep wanting, we'll keep doing. Thank you for all your support. I can say, as somebody who has felt the effects of the pandemic in my career, this has been a nice distraction. It's been a lot of fun. And I know the wrestlers all feel the same way. So thank you, Matt, and thank you for all the fans that support these virtual signings. Much more to come in the coming weeks and months. Daniel Fitzpatrick says, thank you, Tommy and crew, for all the hard work. 80s Wrestling is the best wrestling.
Shit, I can't sign that shit. I can't sign them.
Sorry about
Sorry, brother. They're so greasy that they don't even stick to it.
it. That's all.
We're going to do green on that.
All right. I'm not trying to be a hard ass or anything.
Oh,
but
no, not at all. Marvin, I doubt that would happen because he's currently under contract with AEW. I saw you asked that question several times. Marvin was like, any plan or contact for when Undertaker gets the call to the Hall of Fame? Would you induct him?
I'd love to, but I'm sure they got somebody else in mind.
Yeah, plus the whole AEW deal would probably sell
Yeah.
him. Although they did have Billy Gunn in DX Hall of Fame when he was with AEW, so anything's possible. See, that's what I like about AEW. They think outside the box. They don't play the petty games. Lee James, absolutely love the signing, guys, and always a pleasure to see Jake. Hope to come out and visit you when it is safe to do so, bro. Shannon
Waiting on you, ass wipe.
Shannon Hunter, hope to talk soon, Jake.
We just wanted
What?
Damien.
RJ Poinsett has been asking if his photo was signed. He's asked several times, so I figured I'd put that out there. We've had a lot of photos. Yeah, you know,
Is that about it?
if you look away for 10 seconds, there's a chance your photo got signed and you missed it. Jake was really cooking with gas in the beginning.
Is that it?
He was very, very fast.
Let's get these up here then.
Yeah, we're gonna sign. You want to sign these wrestling buddies now?
You can sign off the air first, though.
I'm sorry.
You can sign off the air first.
All right, so I just want to say thank you to everybody that was a part of this day. I'm talking from all the talent: Haku, Skinner, Orient Express, our host, Vicious Vicky, Nikos Ricos, Tommy Fierro for putting it together, Ian and the entire crew for working hard. And I got to say, this was a huge thrill for me. This is the first time I've gotten to work with somebody who I had a poster of on my wall. Hopefully next week, Tommy will have Jennifer Love Hewitt and Pam Anderson, because then the trifecta will
Well,
be complete.
I've proven today that you can actually still sign autographs with somebody playing with your inner thigh.
What can I say? Guilty as charged. No, but I want to say from the bottom of my heart, and I know you hear this all the time, thank you for all the memories that you've given people. And I don't care if someone's a comedian, a musician, you know, whatever they are.
You know what it takes.
Yeah, there are great professional wrestlers, there are great athletes, and then there are guys that are artists, and you are a true artist, and thank you for sharing that art with so many people over the years.
Thank you so much.
And I can't wait to watch you do it for another 20 years.
I hope so, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jake the Snake Roberts, 80swrestlingcon.com, Tommy Fierro, Vicky, Nikos, thank you guys.
Do something for me today. Go help somebody you don't know. Think about it.
Wise words.
Make a difference, man.
Wise words. I don't know, I can't follow that, so
See ya.
good night.